That real courage is doing the right thing. Who will you inspire to become a better citizen? That's our show. If you know anyone who is going above and beyond to assist others, email me at b.curry@znsbahamas.com. Thanks so much for joining us.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, from Studio A. It all starts right now.
It's Tuesday, November 25th. I'm Ianthea Ferguson, and we've got a full lineup to make up for every second you missed with us yesterday. We promise we were not ghosting you. We've got a jam-packed and fun show planned for you today, so kick back, relax, and enjoy. We've got you covered. Coming up in today's show, Culture in Color is back, and this week we shine the light on a concert pianist who's making waves in performing arts. And 'tis the season for food, fun, and friendship. Friendsgiving is on the horizon. The Hallmark movies are already running on some of our TV screens, and so is a new Bahamian holiday web series. And we're taking a break and breaking down what's hot, what's hilarious, and what's having its 15 seconds of fame before the internet moves on in Trend Tracker. Stick around, we've got so much more on the way after the break. You're watching What's Trending.
For the TDC Venture Pitch Competitions in North and Central Andros, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, as well as our first place winners, gave us a glimpse into the heart of the competition.
This evening we're here in North Andros, and we're excited about what we're doing in terms of encouraging Bahamians to get involved in tourism. We're setting records in terms of tourism arrivals, but we emphasize that it's not about those arrival numbers, it's about people, it's about Bahamians benefiting from tourism, growing their personal wealth, their quality of life for themselves and their families, and providing more product, more experiences for our guests, deepening and strengthening the offering that we provide to the world who come to the Bahamas to experience what we have to offer. So I'm excited to bring it to Andros tonight. We are committed to taking the benefits of the Tourism Development Corporation all across the Family Islands, and I'm excited about what we have in store tonight.
I can't believe this is actually happening. I've always wanted to stand in this position. I am an entrepreneur of multiple businesses, and I always hoped for an opportunity to win big. This is my big win. For one of them, I have much more to go.
I'm joyful, I'm thankful to have this opportunity. A lot of young entrepreneurs don't get this type of opportunities. They have to start hard, and sometimes they fail, and a lot of them exceed. But tonight is a night to express what Andros and Central Andros is about.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Cunningham is a teacher, a pianist, a researcher, and a music lover at heart. He's also this week's Culture in Color feature.
Culture in Color, presented by Dungaluk Studios Art Gallery.
His goal is to transform humanity through artistry. So he created Adventures in the Arts, interactive edutainment experiences for all generations. It uses performing, visual, multimedia, and even culinary arts to share stories about human existence. And now Dion Cunningham is here to share more about this year's Adventures in the Arts event and what we have to look forward to. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and a joy to be here. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been. So we talk a lot about art and your artistry. Tell our viewers exactly what's your passion, what drives you in the music, art, and now the performing arts arena.
Well, we don't have all day, but what I will say is this, that I have been influenced by so many. I stand on the shoulders of so many people. I remember being a child and watching performances of the late Lee Callender and Francis Fox, and then later being poured into by my piano teacher, Dawn Sands, and then later on by Audrey Dean Wright and others. And there's so many people over the years. And so the appreciation and the love for the arts was given to me by those that preceded me. Mm-hmm. And then also, I wanted to use arts in a way that was different. I think it is understood that in the Bahamian community that, first of all, every Bahamian is musical. You could just see it on December 26th every year.
Yes.
But also, we have to think about how we could use music beyond the traditionally known uses. Most musicians enjoy careers in tourism, and there's value in that. But outside of that, can music go beyond entertainment? Can the arts go beyond entertainment? And so Adventures in the Arts really exists within that space to show how the arts can be used for transformation of our community, but also of each individual person.
And I read on your website that it really started with your love for wanting to teach children more about classical music. And it ballooned into what we have now, 10 years of doing Adventures in the Arts, yes. Right? How important or how hard was it for you to kind of fuse all of these disciplines? You talk about music, multimedia, performing arts, now even culinary arts. How do you bring all of these worlds together to pull off this event?
Well, it started from my experiences as an elementary school student and also a high school student. And I had two different experiences. I had a music teacher at Talma Gibson Primary, Miss Mortimer, who really gave me a cultural education, and so that was amazing. But then I went to a high school where the arts wasn't as appreciated. And so one of the things I knew was that I wanted to give, when I knew that I was returning to the Bahamas, I wanted to give students children and youth experiences that I never received as a high school student. And so that's where the idea for Adventures in the Arts came about. There wasn't a single event locally that was an arts event catered specifically for youth. And so Adventures in the Arts started because of my desire to really cater to an audience of kids, an audience of youth. And what I saw on those first concerts was that I had opened up a world to our community, the youth in our community, that they normally would never get the chance to experience. Where would they have gone to see a piano recital? Where would they have gone to see visual art of the Impressionist period? Where would they have gone to see music in film or even music in video games? These are things that are understood, but to be presented in a way that is not only entertaining but educational was so thrilling for me in that first year in 2016. And I was still a student in 2016. And I did not even dream that 10 years later that we would be in this position. And now I've been able to understand that there are lots of artists that want to use their art forms beyond giving people a belly full, as in the culinary arts,
right?
or to look at a painting and say, oh, that's really beautiful, or that's nice. It really speaks to stories that also connect with our own lives. Every art form interacts with us in two ways. It interacts with us in our personal history. There are things that go on in our lives, and art helps us to connect to ourselves. And then, of course, we all embody art, which is, we talk about the movement, the dance, but also understanding that the arts has a role to play in the way even our internal state is. And so that is something, and I think we could all agree, there are two issues we have in our community. We have a communication problem. Arts helps us to communicate. And then we have a listening problem. The arts, particularly music, is the one art form where the core skill is the skill of listening. And I think
we all need more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So what can attendees expect to experience at this year's Adventures in the Arts? We see dancing, we see poetry, we see so many different forms. What can we put me in the seat in the arena? What am I going to experience?
So, wow, you're going to experience a feast for the senses.
Ooh.
A feast for the senses. Visually speaking, you're going to see performing arts of all types. You're going to see musicians, you're going to see dancers, you're going to see actors. And so that is going to take place on the stage. But also, so that's the theatrical side, one could say. But then you're also going to experience a cinematic side. A part of the Adventures team right now are filmmakers and animators who help to tell the story through film. And so my brother said to me once, he said, you know, Dion, Adventures in the Arts is so different because you simultaneously get theater and cinema within the single course. And then, of course, this year, because we normally don't do Christmas, but in our 10th year, we said, okay, we have to do something to celebrate. And so we're going to tell the Christmas story in a way that most people would never expect.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
And so what is the Christmas story? Yes, we know about the babe born in Bethlehem and the manger, but also those stories that we may think about in a new way. What about Rudolph? What about Jack Frost?
Okay.
What are the lessons that we can learn from these entities that we see every Christmas, but we don't often think about in a deeper way that can actually impact our lives and transform our lives?
Well, it sounds like we're in for a treat this year. So where can we get tickets? How can people find the show? All the good stuff, all the details.
So first of all, you can follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. But as far as tickets, we have Customs, Computers, Caves Village, Logos Bookstore, and of course the venue, Christ Community Church, where we're going to have our week of entertainment and educational activities. And tickets for our Friday gala, which is being under the patronage of First Lady Anne-Marie Davis, you will get a full 3-course culinary experience along with the show. So that's $150. And people who come to that event, what they need to know is that you're not only supporting the event itself, but also all of the outreach work, the arts education, the community outreach. We just came back from Eleuthera and Cat Island this summer, where we were doing work there. And so that event is for that purpose. And then, of course, Saturday evening is for our general public, and for that event, the adult price is $50 for adults and $20 for kids.
A feast for the senses. Sounds like we're in for a treat, like I said. I hear food, I hear some dancing, some singing, some music. I think I'm going to book my ticket.
Absolutely.
Well, Dion, thanks so much. This sounds like such an awesome event. And thank you for sharing your love of the arts, not just with us, but with our youth as well. All right, thank you so much for that. Well, coming up next, we take a look at a new web series that's just in time for the holidays. Stay with us.
Diet-friendly special.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Hi, I'm Brett Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to delivery, we've got you covered. For our Family Island customers, we offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. And for our Nassau customers, island-wide delivery is just $5, no matter how much or how little you may order. Shop online today at cbsbahamas.com.
She's no stranger to lights, camera, action, and creating web series that are authentically Bahamian, funny, and honestly should be picked up by Netflix. The self-proclaimed multi-hyphenate mommy is a creative, marketing maven, and media personality, and one half of the duo behind the recently dropped web series, A Very Bestie Christmas. Welcome back to What's Trending, Tab.
Thank you, Anthea. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, so I watched episode 1.
Okay.
You and Wendy be wildin'.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about A Very Bestie Christmas. We know this is not your first go at creating a web series. What made you go back there?
I always love challenging myself creatively, and I always enjoy collaborating with other creatives like Wendy and other women. And so I just felt inspired to put something out there that really highlights sisterhood, faith, family in a Bahamian cultural setting, because I feel like as creatives, we should always be pushing the envelope. And I love Christmas, and I love watching Christmas movies. And when I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix and other streaming services, there's not a lot of Black Christmas series, and then of course Bahamian. So I feel like it's important to contribute to the culture of telling our own narrative and our own story, so maybe in years to come people can look back on that and the culture and see what was going on.
So episode 1, Wendy is on the toilet.
Yes, on the toilet.
Trying to go.
Yes.
At a guy's house, I think?
At a guy's house.
You're at breakfast, trying to eat your food.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about these characters. How are we going to see them develop, some of the episodes to come without spilling too much of the tea?
Yes, I don't want to spill too much tea, but as you said in the first episode, it starts off with Wendy on this first date, and I was inspired by a lot of what Bahamian women kind of go through, because I really wanted to show it through the lens of Bahamian women. And you know, for a lot of Christmas series, people focus on romantic relationships, they focus on family, but sisterhood and community is just as important. And so we're going to be getting into a lot of shenanigans, and as you can see in the first episode, we decided that we're going to have a very bestie Christmas and a friendsmas party, and not be stressing ourselves about matching with no men. And throughout the series, you're going to see, do we make it to friendsmas or not?
Ooh.
Yes.
So will this friendship combust, or we'll have to wait and see.
We will see, but there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of jokes, and there's even, you know, a very serious moment that I felt it was important to put in there. And we're just really excited, you know, to collaborate. As you know, Wendy did a theme song to go with it. So we just kind of wanted to, you know, flex our creative muscles and encourage other creatives to do the same thing. And hopefully people tune into the series. It's on my social media platforms as well as Wendy242, and They Call Me Top. So we hope that people tune in and enjoy it.
And you talk a lot about collaboration. We've seen you and Wendy kind of start this new thing on Instagram. I think earlier this year or last year, where you're doing a lot of collaborative videos together. Do we see more Bahamian creatives a part of this production?
Well, for me, for this production, a lot of Bahamian creatives collaborated behind the scenes.
Yes.
So I'd even like to shout out my girl, Gia, who not only did my makeup, but she actually directed the entire series. Which is really awesome. And honestly, even the whole team that worked on it was all women.
Wow.
Yes. So I'd like to shout out the entire team that contributed to it. I'm very big on creating opportunities for other women in the industry in particular. If I could just work with all women all the time, I would love it. So, you know, I have to shout them out, all the women that worked really hard to make this come to light. And I'm looking forward to us doing more and more collaborative things.
And you mentioned earlier that you wanted to kind of stretch yourself, right? Kind of push yourself creatively. And all the times us creatives feel like, if it ain't on Instagram, if it ain't on TikTok, then I know what to do. But we could make web series. We could build stuff. We could kind of, you know, get out of the pigeonhole. So what advice would you have to other creatives who may feel like, you know what, I want to take this thing a step further?
My biggest advice would be that you can go far by yourself, but you can even go further, faster with others. This would have not been possible by myself. It was a lot more fun to do it with a friend and to collaborate. I personally love getting feedback and bouncing ideas off of other people. So I would encourage people, get together. It doesn't always have to be a paid thing. Get together, make music videos, make Instagram content, put events together. Do it from the heart. It doesn't have to always be about the money or even the recognition. But the more that we get together, together and create, the more that we'll be able to do. And to try to do things on your own, no woman is an island, no man is an island. So my biggest advice is, as Bahamian creatives, let's get back to doing things together. I came from that era where without people like Trevon, Ferrano, Steven, like I would not even be here. I needed people to get behind a camera and say, you should do this, you should do that. So collaboration is always gonna be key.
I agree, I absolutely agree. Now, in terms of the production and the show, and you said you work with an all-women team. Any surprises there? What was Wendy like as an actress? Like, give us all the juice.
Wendy was amazing as an actress. When I was writing the scripts, there was a lot of things specifically I wrote for Wendy because I'm like, I know she's gonna be able to deliver it. And there's a very emotional scene because I don't want it just to be about having fun. I always want to have some type of positive message. So without giving too much away, there's going to be a scene that I think a lot of people relate to with everything that's been going on in the US, in Jamaica, in the Bahamas. You know, this is a difficult time for a lot of people in the world. So I wanted to put a scene in there where people felt seen, their struggles. And Wendy, Viola Davis, honey, she I don't want to talk too much, but she got it.
Wow.
I was like, I ain't doing this. I ain't gotta go get some more classes. But I was like, Wendy can do this. So I was really, you know, pleasantly, not surprised, but just pleased.
Yeah.
And of course, working with all the girls behind the scene. I mean, we work together pretty well. Of course, no set is without its challenges.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're appreciative to all those who support us behind the scene. You know, we were able to get some sponsors to help us with production and to execute things. So I'm just really proud of how it came out, and I hope that people tune in and watch it. And we're also very proud that we partnered with Great Commission Ministries.
Yes.
We wanted to have a charity element, so we'll be putting more information about that as the series goes, about how people can contribute to what they're doing to feed the poor and shelter the homeless, because it was very important for us to have that messaging that Christmas isn't just about Prosecco and partying, although we love that. It's not just about that. It's about being a community and how we take care of each other in uncertain times.
I love that. It seems like you really thought this through, you know, from beginning to end. So when are new episodes dropping? Where can we find them? Give us all the details again.
So we drop one new episode every week.
How many episodes we get in?
We are getting 5 to 6 episodes.
Don't be stingy like them Netflix series would just rope you in and then only give me 5 and 6.
Well, child, I don't know what Netflix excuse is because they got the budget. If y'all want to see a longer one next Christmas,
I tell you, Netflix worthy.
Yeah, we did the best we have what we got.
So
right,
5, 6 episodes.
Yes, and it's every week, and it comes out on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. So if you're following Wendy and I on any of those pages, Wendy's page is Wendy with an I, WENDI 242, and They Call Me Top, and you could just watch and tune in.
Which day every week?
So every Thursday.
Every Thursday. All right, we will definitely be keeping our eyes peeled for new episodes of A Very Bestie Christmas. Coming up next, we're tracking the trends in Trend Tracker. Thank you.
What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves? And how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you. Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics.
Every day, feel more bold, strong, emotional, free, joyful. Feel everything. Feel it all. Myself, the Eau de Parfum, and the new Absolute Yves Saint Laurent.
Available at Lorix Duty Free, Bay and Parliament, Old Fort Bay, Marathon Mall and Palmdale.
Diet-friendly special.
Time to see what's causing a buzz around the world. Let's get ready for this week's Trend Tracker. A once-in-300-year storm has battered southern Thailand, leaving cities, homes, and hospitals underwater. The floodwaters rose to more than 8 feet high. At least 19 people across southern Thailand have died, mainly caused by electrocution and flood-related accidents. Officials there say this kind of rainstorm is so rare, it only has a probability of occurring once every 300 years. The flood so far has impacted more than 127,000 households, with some getting a whopping 15.7 inches of rain. And climate change activist Greta Thunberg is currently on the Do Not Enter list in Venice after she and fellow Extinction Rebellion activists dyed the Grand Canal green. Extinction Rebellion said its activists had released the same type of environmentally friendly dye into canals, rivers, lakes, and fountains in 10 Italian cities to demonstrate the mass effects of climate collapse. The 22-year-old was issued a $200 fine and a 48-hour ban on entering the city. She is one of 36 people to receive that punishment. The activist dumped dye in the Grand Canal and strung a banner from the Rialto Bridge reading, "Stop Ecocide." The stunt coincided with the COP30 United Nations Climate Conference in Brazil. And in entertainment news, what's in a name? Everything if you ask the Screen Actors Guild Award. Starting next year, the annual award show, which celebrates acting across film and television, will be named after the actual award, The Actor. The award show's website says the iconic statuette has always been called The Actor, and simply evolving the show's name to align with the award itself just makes obvious sense. SAG members said they wanted to provide clearer recognition in terms of what the show is about for domestic and global audiences, and that this is the award show honor actors in film and television. The award show, now officially titled the Actor Awards, presented by SAG-AFTRA, streams on Netflix live on March 1st. Nominations will be announced on January 7th. And is the Oscar curse a real thing? Well, if you ask Lupita Nyong'o, yes, it is. The Kenyan-born actress and Oscar winner said after her win, she thought she'd rack up lead roles, but instead she was only offered more slave roles. In an interview with CNN, she said, "What's very interesting is that after I won the Academy Award, you'd think like, oh, I'm going to get a lead role here and there. But it's, oh, Lupita, we'd like you to do another movie where you be a slave, but this time you're on a slave ship." Ouch. But she says she's carefully choosing her next role, even if that means she works one less job a year, to ensure that she's not perpetuating the stereotypes that are expected of people of African descent. And to that we say, we salute you, Lupita. Well, that's a wrap on this week's Trend Tracker. From extreme weather shaking up Southeast Asia to bold climate activism making waves in Venice, Hollywood reshaping its own spotlight, and stars calling out the industry's blind spots. The world is definitely trending. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. But at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
That's a wrap on what's trending today, but join us tomorrow as we dive into holiday scents with poured wax. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you tomorrow with more fun, flavor, and things you didn't even know you need to know about. Don't forget to like, follow, and share with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. I'm Ayanthia. Have a great evening, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Unemployment numbers drop, and a labor executive explains how islands in the north are contributing to the decline. Grand Bahama Shipyard announces the arrival of its new floating dry dock. And what do back-to-back by-election wins signal ahead of the next general election? Residents weigh in.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Topping news tonight. Good evening, all. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. The Progressive Liberal Party has secured its second by-election victory this term, this time in the Golden Isles constituency on New Providence. The race was called last night and follows the PLP's earlier win in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Tonight, we hear from residents on what this latest result could signal as the nation moves closer to a general election. Jarrell Dames leads us off.
I think the government will certainly have momentum going into the general elections with two by-election wins.
On November 22nd, 2023, the Progressive Liberal Party claimed victory in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election following the passing of former Cabinet Minister, the Honourable Obie Wilchcombe. Now, with another win in the Golden Isles constituency, many in Grand Bahama are talking about what two by-election successes in a single term could mean politically, especially as the country edges closer to a general election. One resident believes that these back-to-back victories signal momentum and may be the sound of victory for the governing party in 2026.
History has shown traditionally, if you win that sector of Nassau, you normally win the government. But this is early. It's early. There's about a year or within a year to go, and we'll see what happens. But I think the Progressive Liberal Party is to be commended for the race that they ran with a very good candidate, Darren Pickstock. And he defeated a very good candidate, someone who has been there before. Ran and lost the last time, lives in the community. And again, I think it came down to messaging. And so we'll see what happens.
Meanwhile, other residents say it's still too early to tell, with one noting that sitting governments often perform well in by-elections.
It means, one thing I can say with Bahamians, you can't go by it. You just have to wait until, the polls are closed and you tally up. That's what we go by.
In most by-elections, government usually prevail. I think one exception that I can think of was David Thompson and what is now Marco City some years ago. I think it was 1990.
When we questioned whether low turnout might be a sign of what's to come, Kevin Carey pointed to young voters, saying they're simply not engaged.
That's an excellent question because the young people are not motivated to register. And for some reason, they don't feel that they are part of the political arena.
I was amazed at the amount of people that did not turn out to vote or exercise their right. I say this to those who did not show up. You get what you deserve.
Now another question being raised is whether the momentum from this by-election victory could send Bahamians to the polls sooner rather than later. And the Prime Minister himself hinted at the possibility during a speech to party supporters following the win.
As the indicator, going in the beginning, because I ain't long now.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
The latest unemployment report from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute show more Bahamians are finding work and the economy is continuing to move in a positive direction. Tonight, a labor executive breaks down how the Northern Bahamas is contributing to those figures through new employment opportunities. Our Matthew Martinborough reports.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute has released its latest unemployment report, showing a decline from 10.8 to 9.3%, representing nearly 4,000 more Bahamians gaining employment in the final quarter of 2025. While the data does not break down figures specifically for the Northern Bahamas, Executive Director of Labor Quentin LaRota says the islands in the north have also seen a decline in unemployment, crediting recent job fairs as a key contributor to that improvement.
We can see just from the feedback that we are receiving from the employers and from the laborers in Grand Bahama that things are improved and that more Bahamians are being placed with jobs and the job fairs are having a tremendous amount of success. One of the things that we know the success too is that businesses are coming back to us to partner with them to have more job fairs.
LaRota notes that the decline in unemployment could even be greater for Grand Bahama, and he believes that improvement could come soon.
We know that there's going to be some investments along that line of Norwegians and cruises. They've already reached out to us actually for prospective job fairs. And so I think that it's going to look good for Grand Bahama in terms of employment.
Additionally, the labor director says established companies also play a critical role, noting that their stability can help retain employees and attract new job seekers as well.
Be mindful of the rights of the workers and the labor laws so that we don't have all of the concerns and complaints about violation of fundamental rights. That's important to the Labor Department as well. And also we want the workers to be aware that their productivity and their input into the business is one of the things that's necessary for the business to be successful. A successful business and a good industrial relations benefit all sides.
Now with Grand Bahama poised for significant economic growth driven by projects such as Carnival Celebration Key, the Grand Bahama shipyard expansion, and the anticipated redevelopment of both the International Airport and the Grand Lucayan Resort, LaRota says the unemployment rate could fall even further. As he adds, these key factors could have the potential to transform the island's job market. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
A major milestone for the Grand Bahama Shipyard. The new 2XL floating dry dock East End has officially arrived in Freeport Harbor, drawing crowds to the waterfront to witness the massive structure ease its way in. The dry dock is more than 357 meters long and 70 meters wide, instantly boosting the shipyard's capacity. Grand Bahama Shipyard CEO Chris Earl is calling it a transformational moment for the shipyard, noting that East End will significantly strengthen cruise repair, retrofit capabilities, and expand commercial docking services. Operations are set to begin early 2026 with an even larger dock, Lucayan, expected to arrive later next year. Earl says the shipyard's redevelopment signals a major opportunity to build a world-class ship repair ecosystem right here in the Bahamas, adding that the company looks forward to working closely with the community to make the expansion a success. The stand dock is engineered to lift up to 93,500 tons and comes equipped with 4 modern cranes and advanced control systems. Its arrival follows major upgrades on site, including the extension of the shipyard's pier, preparing the facility for this next phase of growth. Police on the island of Grand Bahama are currently investigating an alleged sexual assault incident involving a female minor of Canadian nationality that took place on Monday, November 24th, 2025 on a beach. Police say shortly after 10 o'clock a.m., the teenage girl was collecting shells along the shoreline when an unidentified male approached her and asked her to follow him to a nearby shed where he claimed to have an assortment of shells. The girl complied and accompanied the male to a shed situated in a bushy area. It is alleged that the male then sexually assaulted her during this encounter. The suspect is described as a slim, dark-skinned male with several missing teeth. The investigation remains ongoing. Police are appealing to members of the public for any information that may assist with these investigations. If you have any relevant details, please contact 911, 919, your nearest police station, or the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991. Anonymous tips are also welcomed through Crime Stoppers at 328-8477. A total of 12 males of different nationalities, including 2 Bahamians, were apprehended after attempting to illegally enter United States territory. Our Matthew Martin Burrows shares more details in this report.
A smuggling attempt has been foiled by immigration officials, the migrants allegedly paying more than $50,000 in a bid to enter the United States illegally. According to reports, in mid-November, a smuggling vessel was spotted 11 nautical miles east of Juno Beach, Florida. When interdicted, U.S. officials discovered 12 men on board, including 3 Chinese nationals, 6 Haitian nationals, 1 Brazilian national, and 2 Bahamians. Officials say the migrants' passports confirmed they had been in the Bahamas immediately before their attempt to enter U.S. territorial waters. Following the interdiction, 11 of the migrants were transported to Freeport and handed over to Bahamian immigration officials. One of the 2 Bahamians was detained by U.S. authorities, suspected of operating the vessel and leading the smuggling operation. On Friday, November 21st, the 11 migrants appeared in Freeport Magistrates Court No. 3 before Senior Magistrate LaQuay Lang, charged with illegal embarkation. All pled guilty and were convicted. They were each fined $300 or, in default, faced 3 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. After paying their fines or serving their sentences, they will be deported to their home countries. The lone Bahamian migrant involved was also convicted and sentenced to 6 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. The magistrate rejected his claim that he was, and I quote, hitchhiking a ride to the U.S., calling it implausible. The Department of Immigration is again warning that anyone involved in human smuggling or illegal migration operations will face severe legal consequences and prosecution to the full extent of the law. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martin Burrow.
3-year-old John Porth of South Carolina has been charged in connection with the November 21st traffic accident that claimed the lives of 53-year-old Monique Williams and her 13-year-old nephew Terrence Williams in Treasure Key, Abaco. Prosecutors alleged that Porth was driving in the wrong lane when his vehicle collided head-on with Williams' car. Porth appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Cara Turnquest Delaveau, where he was not required to enter a plea. His bill was set at $60,000 cash, and he has been ordered to wear an ankle monitor. He is expected back in court on March 16th, when he will receive his voluntary bill of indictment, which will fast-track the matter to the Supreme Court.
And still to come.
A good time in the Western community as Bootleggers Festival returns. We have highlights, sports, and more after the break.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite Shopping. Travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
This Thanksgiving season at Dolly Madison, we're doing it bigger at the post-Thanksgiving sale. Not only is it 25% off store-wide, but this time we're partnering with Commonwealth Bank. You heard it. Get on-site financing with Commonwealth Bank for things like appliances, beds, and outdoor equipment. That's November 28th and 29th at the Dolly Madison post-Thanksgiving store-wide sale. Dolly Madison.
Flash Fridays are back. Join the celebration November 28th, December 5th, and December 12th. 3 Fridays of big savings, special deals, and holiday fun. Shop local, save big, and support Grand Bahama. For details, visit events.gbpa.com. Get ready for Christmas in the City, happening Friday, November 28th at 6:30 p.m. in Independence Square, downtown. Bring the whole family for choirs, gospel groups, treats, and free goodie bags for the kids while supplies last. Don't miss Christmas in the City.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Get ready, Grand Bahama. It's the Black Friday deal you've waited all year for. This Friday, November 28th, Grand Bahama Tiles is dropping a 26% off store-wide sale. That's all tiles, all materials, 26% off. It's one day with huge savings and the perfect time to stock up and save big. So don't walk, run to catch this one-day Black Friday sale. Call 352-7920.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Food history and hometown pride taking center stage in West End as the community marked the 2nd annual Bootleggers and Seafood Festival. From cultural showcases to student chefs and visiting mixologists, many turned out for a lively celebration in West End. Our Sherelle Dames tells us more.
Commissioners Field transformed into a full community celebration with food stalls, handcrafted drinks, music, and a nod to West End's bootlegging past. Ministry of Tourism officials say the goal is to honor that history while giving locals and tourists a reason to return each year.
I want to showcase the history of West End. As you know, the Bootleggers is an event that took place in the 1900s. Which represented blockade running. It's really important for the tourists and the locals alike to be a part of this event. We want the West End community, our visitors, the hotels, all of them to all come out and experience this fun event.
I was born right here in West End at Grand Hospital in 1966. We come here a lot. We love West End. And the food's been delicious. You can't beat the price. We've eaten everything here. It's been really, really good.
3 local senior high schools were also front and center this year, with hospitality students turning the festival into a live, hands-on culinary experience.
They get an opportunity to do the pop-up experience. They get an opportunity to cook live. They get an opportunity to cook diverse. So it is an absolutely wonderful experience.
The menu, we have lobster spring rolls, lobster kebabs. We have stew kong with Johnny Cake donuts.
I made the Johnny Cake donuts. Firstly, I made it when I did the Young Chef competition, and I came 4th place, which I'm very happy about.
The menu we're serving is curry lobster shots. We're also serving coconut fish and lobster sticks, bites, and we also have conch salad flatbread.
And it wasn't just about the food. One of the country's top mixologists brought his flair, giving visitors a hands-on experience they won't soon forget.
You know, what we're trying to do is, give these visitors, an experience. They can go to any bar in Grand Bahama and enjoy a really nice Bahamian-inspired cocktail. But what's better than having them actually on stage, making it themselves?
Exciting night in West End as the Ministry of Tourism brings the community together for a celebration of food, culture, and young talent. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
The Bahamas National Trust hosting its official launch of the annual Festival Noel, scheduled for the first week of December. This year's edition of Festival Noel is specially observed as it commemorates 30 years being a staple of the Grand Bahama community. Executive Director for the Bahamas National Trust, Lakeisha Anderson-Rule, says the trust is beyond appreciative for the opportunity to be partners with the supportive sponsors and looking forward to a prosperous collaborative future.
We are now members of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, and it just gets better from here. Every dollar that we receive from corporate entities supports our work, and so we're really thankful for the partnership. We're thankful to see so many of our existing corporate partners here, and we're looking forward to creating new corporate members this evening and moving forward.
President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles, adds that sponsoring the event means a lot to ensuring Festival Noel remains a consistent endeavor.
The Chamber is delighted to be involved in this, which is really just a mixer, a kind of preamble to Festival Noel, which still is going to happen the first week in December. But we thought to partner with them to bring people together in this game that we call commerce here on Grand Bahama.
News change. Don't stress me out tonight. What's happening in sports?
Coming up in sports, you have some new Grand Bahama Sports Hall of Famers that was inducted on the weekend. You'll be surprised. You may know a few of them, Jelanda.
You'll lie. All right, sports is up next, but first, a look at the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Third Dimension's Black Friday sale will run from Thursday, November 27th to Saturday, November 29th. Save 25% store-wide and 15% off tiles. On Friday, November 28th, save 30% off selected tiles, Christmas decor, and 15% off selected lumber. Sale excludes net items, building materials stores, and existing sale items. Third Dimension is running a paint sale on all Duran and Involved paint at 25% off and 10% off Valspar paint. Monday, November 24th through Saturday, November 29th.
Hurry up, man. Third Dimension got a big Black Friday store
right behind you. Where you think? Hold on.
You
Jesus.
can't even walk. Hurry up, man.
Let's go. Hurry, but get
oh,
here.
look, come here.
Alex. Come here. Come for that, man. What's wrong with you?
Listen, we got to get the pick.
Merry Christmas.
They have some nice things. Let's go shopping.
Oh, you like this bag?
They got so much things on sale. I like that bag. Oh, I gave
what
something
about
else.
this?
Oh, yeah, Apple. I don't like Androids.
Anyhow.
Oh, just a big Black Friday sale.
Wow.
Everything on sale. Even your paint. I'm going to pick it out right now.
What about plumbing?
Plumbing on sale too, but come. Oh, look at the paint. Shaker. They got rugs. Get other people things. They got vanities. They got tiles. They got cushion. They got Christmas decor. Ooh. Nice. I want that.
Let's go, yeah.
No. I want to get this tree.
All right, let's get the tree then.
Get
Come
the
on.
tree. Pick it up.
You want the whole tree, Alex?
The whole tree, man. Bring the
Great.
register.
Man, this thing here. Yeah, let's go.
Bring the tree.
Man, I'm behind you.
Let's go.
You got the money?
I don't pay.
Okay.
Let's go. Listen, just a big Black Friday sale at Third Dimension.
Merry Christmas.
It's Kingdom Royalty at its best as the Christian Tabernacle Church Women's Ministry Nassau presents its 12th annual Daughters of Hadassah Prayer Conference, November 26th to the 28th, 2025 at 7 p.m. nightly. Come hear the powerful global ministry of Reverend Dr. Lucy Natasha from Nairobi, Kenya.
I hear the Lord say, they will not find you where they left you.
That's Daughters of Hadassah Prayer Conference, November 26th to the 28th, 7 p.m. at Christian Tabernacle Church, Robinson Road, Nassau. Come expecting your miracle.
Get ready, Grand Bahama. It's the Black Friday deal you've waited all year for. This Friday, November 28th, Grand Bahama Tiles is dropping a 26% off store-wide sale. That's all tiles, all materials, 26% off. It's one day with huge savings and the perfect time to stock up and save big. So don't walk, run to catch this one-day Black Friday sale. Call 352-7920.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family. The brands you're looking for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top in Sports. The Grand Bahama sporting community came together to celebrate athletes, coaches, and sports legends on the weekend at a Hall of Fame induction ceremony that took place at the Regency Theater, where sports icons were recognized for their service in sports on Grand Bahama. Here's that recap. 34 sports legends were inducted into the Grand Bahama Sports Hall of Fame class of 2025. The legends were recognized for disciplines such as track and field, basketball, bodybuilding, powerlifting, soccer, golf, boxing, American football, softball, tennis, Special Olympics, and sports administration.
Grand Bahama has always been a wellspring of talent, discipline, and determination. From track and field, to basketball, from baseball to swimming, from soccer to boxing. This island continues to produce athletes who represent the Bahamas with pride and excellence.
The honorees received their Hall of Fame jackets in front of friends and family who came out to support in numbers.
Athletes and coaches of Grand Bahama, I encourage you to keep pushing, to keep training, to keep believing, and keep dreaming. The Bahamas is proud of you tonight, and we will continue to be proud of you in the years ahead.
Next in sports, flag football youth training camp has been going on the entire month of November. The next season begins in February 2026.
It's been fun. I learned a lot through my coaches and Coach Shaka. We just keep mentally strong, practice a lot, practice. Like they say, practice makes perfect.
It's been good. A lot of competition, a lot of good competition, but just come out there to show what I have.
So far, it hasn't been bad. I had some ups and downs, but after a while, it just came after what I wanted and just do what I need to do.
It's been good. A lot of learning experiences. I have gotten better these past couple months.
And that's it for sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Third Dimension's Black Friday sale will run from Thursday, November 27th to Saturday, November 29th. Save 25% store-wide and 15% off tiles. On Friday, November 28th, save 30% off selected tiles, Christmas decor, and 15% off selected lumber. Sale excludes net items, building materials, doors, and existing sale items.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose. Crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Get ready, Grand Bahama. It's the Black Friday deal you've waited all year for. This Friday, November 28th, Grand Bahama Tiles is dropping a 26% off store-wide sale. That's all tiles, all materials, 26% off. It's one day with huge savings and the perfect time to stock up and save big. So don't walk, run to catch this one-day Black Friday sale. Call 352-7920.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a recount of last night's by-election votes revealing no change. Plus, hear what the parliamentary commissioner makes of Monday's low voter turnout and one candidate's plans to capture those votes the next time around. And a severely strained, multifaceted ministry is crying out for your help. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. It's the day after the big dance in the Golden Isles constituency, with unofficial results showing a clear winner in that southwestern community. But do those numbers hold now that a recount's been done? And are all sides satisfied with the end result? Our Leah Cooper was on the ground with parliamentary officials this morning. The details are in this report.
Monday's unofficial by-election results yielding little to no major changes in the recount at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium. This according to by-election returning officer Neil Campbell, just moments after Tuesday's recount.
The same numbers appear the same.
Campbell adding that 2 ballots originally deemed rejected were found to be regular, while 2 regular ballots were deemed rejected. This led to no change to the unofficial count. Monday's unofficial results, as announced by Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, revealed that the Progressive Liberal Party's Darren Pickstock was the victor of the 4-way race with 1,873 votes. The Free National Movement's Brian Brown follows with 1,636. The Coalition of Independents' Brian Roll with 348, and independent candidate Karen Butler with 16. Results on Monday rolled out in just under 3 hours, and according to Campbell, the process on Tuesday went well.
I think it went very smoothly. Everybody was very amicable. The various camps, they spoke, they made certain agreements, they made our job very much easier today.
Meantime, representatives from the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party share their experience at Tuesday's recount.
We would have worked out at the beginning of the day how we were going to deal with the recount, which is a statutory obligation. And then throughout the day, we engaged in dialogue in terms of improving the process and making it more efficient so that we could go through the ballots and certify the count so that we can all move on.
Everything went smoothly. I mean, again, we have to be so very proud of our men and women, our law enforcement men and women. And we have to be very proud of our electoral process. I want to just say thank you to the Parliamentary Registration Department and the Commissioner for all that you did for running a smooth process.
From the stadium, the ballots are transferred to the Parliamentary Registration Department. From there, the results are made official. A writ will be presented to the Governor General at that time. The winner will be proclaimed. According to Parliamentary Commissioner, that process could take a few days. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, standing shoulder to shoulder last night with MP-elect Pickstock was Progressive Liberal Party leader, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, who told Golden Isles constituents and by extension the nation that the former senator has his unwavering support and that he's the right person to meet this moment.
This is a wonderful moment for Golden Isles. For Golden Isles, I want to thank you for choosing a man that will get the job done for you. We heard your cries. He understands your pains, and he knows your worries, and also knows your ambitions. And he will deliver, as he says. And he has the full support of your Prime Minister to get it done.
And now, in the wake of yesterday's pivotal by-election, Patrice Hepburn-Vilvert, executive of the Golden Isles F&M constituency, shared what the results mean for the party, the community, and the momentum moving forward. With first-hand insight at a grounded connection to voters on the ground, she breaks down the significance of Monday's outcome.
I voted for Brian Berkeley Brown. I'm also an executive of the Golden Isles F&M constituency. Yes, we lost yesterday because the people didn't come out. But nonetheless, we're still energetic, enthused, and we're looking forward to the general election. Because despite that, yes, the people didn't come out. Mr. Brown has been on the ground for numerous of years. And I guess the people are saying because it's not a general, it won't make a difference. So now, coming for the general election, I'm going with Brian Berkeley Brown again. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yes, I'm a F&M, a strong F&M.
We also spoke with Marvin Thador and Harold Brown.
Because it was a lot of work put in, and the constituency, they love Mr. Pickstock, and we feel like he's the right person, the right candidate for the constituency, so we have more progress we have to put into it. But to get more people up, more active in this area.
Mr. Pickstock came and just changed everything. Like I said, me and Tador, we're from Golden Isles, and we see the change. Everybody see the change around. Golden Isles wouldn't be what it is if we don't have Pickstock. Mr. Pickstock is the man for Golden Isles, the MP for Golden Isles, and it's going to stay that way.
Now, given the history of by-elections here in the Bahamas, voter turnout has traditionally been low. Monday's face-off in the Golden Isles constituency, no different. Still, Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson's telling us he expected much higher.
I think it's just opposite on behalf of the voters, because according to our register, they have over 7,900 plus voters. And we expected much more than what turned out at the polls.
The unofficial victor for the by-election, Progressive Liberal Party candidate Darren Pickstock, also acknowledges the low turnout and cheers how he intends to win those voters over as the country heads into a general election next year.
Voters want to see things happening in their community. That's what they want. It's really about building trust with the residents. It's about doing what you say that you're going to do. It's not about pretty speeches and pretty talks. It's about actually getting in there and doing the work.
Well, still talking politics tonight. The story already making the rounds on international media, Yahoo, AP, MSN. You have it. Former NBA champ and Bahamian diplomat Rick Fox last evening announcing plans to run in the country's next general election. Fox, who in recent weeks have been outspoken about politics, shared on Facebook that for months he's listened closely to the hopes and frustrations of Bahamians wanting more transparency, a modern economy that prioritizes affordability and security, and a country where opportunity is a reality, not just a promise, and that he shares this vision. And as for those of you wondering why now, he says simply, time. Time needed to empower youth with real opportunities, to build a nation, to deliver world-class health care, to compete on a global stage. According to a recent Nassau Guardian article, Fox has met with both the Progressive Liberal Party as well as the Free National Movement. Coming up, a ministry that helps hundreds now needs your help. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The best Christmas memories aren't the ones posted, they're the ones that stay. So whether you're here for the original memes or spicy moments, gather round for the memories that truly matter. Share 8 juicy pieces of KFC chicken with your favorite sides and our new coconut dessert biscuits, a holiday treat made to share. Enjoy Christmas without a filter or dish duty, but with the moments that are full of flavor. KFC's Festive Feast, starting at $20. Finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Discover the Bahamian soul at the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, where color, culture, and bold expression all come alive. Explore our vibrant exhibitions, artist talks, and hands-on workshops. Stroll through our renowned art park, or find local treasures and exclusive merch in our gift store. Stop by our intimate satellite space at the Current Echo in Bahamar. We're open Tuesday through Sunday, and on Sundays, admission is free for all Bahamian citizens and residents. The National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, our home for Bahamian art.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of Nassau Harbor, where multiple ships bring in tens of thousands of visitors daily. That shot, of course, courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. As always, Kyson, good job there. Welcome back. Great Commission sounding the alarm tonight, issuing a heartfelt plea to the public as it struggles to keep doors open to the hundreds of people who rely on them every single day. The organization says its resources have become severely strained, placing its feeding programs, shelter assistance, and daily outreach efforts at risk. With demand rising and support decreasing, King Ambassador of the Church, Bishop Walter Hangel, says they cannot continue this work without the hands and hearts of the community.
In recent months, we've had all of our funds depleted. When I say depleted, I mean depleted. We've been down to $246 a month ago. And we serving 600 people every day, and we spending over $5,000 every single day, and we need money.
And just to give you an idea of what they're up against, Bishop Hangel outlined the ministry's daily responsibilities.
We use almost 300 pounds of meat every day. We serve 600 people. That's like 3 banquets every single day. And some people who come to us, the only meal they get for the whole day is the food that they eat right here. That's how serious it is. This ministry is helping, taking care of people, saving lives, reducing crime. Because people don't have to steal to eat. They could come here and they can get something to eat. If you notice on the streets, we have a lot of young men who are disheveled and they are, many of them, like they out of their mind, they have mental problems, emotional problems. That population is increasing every day.
In crime news, police still trying to piece together the full details surrounding the incident, but from what they've shared with us, a late-night drama-filled attempted armed robbery has left a 21-year-old wounded. So here's what we know. Initial reports are that a motorcyclist stopped at a service station in the area of Old Trail and Robinson Roads just before 10 last evening and told an employee that two men on a motorcycle were attempting to rob him. As the story goes, soon after, two masked men pulled up on a similar motorbike. A fight followed, during which a firearm was discharged. In the process, one man was shot. Now, following the incident, police say all parties left the scene. The male victim, who was allegedly being robbed, later handed over the firearm he took from the suspect during the confrontation to officers at the Wolf Road Police Station. He was subsequently arrested. Police have since discovered that a 21-year-old man is in hospital after being shot in the groin and leg. Investigations into the incident continue. In other news, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute today hosting a training workshop with various agencies. The aim, well, to enable professionals in the economics, statistics, and finance arenas to make short-term predictions using cutting-edge technology.
We has partnered with the BNSI, and their main goal is to strengthen the National Stats Office in addition to all the statistical producing agencies throughout the Bahamas. So for the next 3 days, the nowcasting workshop, we have trainees, both who have joined us virtually and in person. We have our Grand Bahama staff, as well as other persons, and the in-person attendees. They're from BNSI, of course. We have Central Bank, we have Ministry of Education, we have IDB, and the Office of the Prime Minister.
That's BNSI Assistant Director Kim Saunders, who says the workshop also enables agencies to produce information in a timely manner.
Oftentimes, statistics are not readily available. So hence, there is the nowcasting workshop to use your most recent data to make predictions. Because our motto, our mission and vision is to ensure that the public is never hampered.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island. From online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time. For families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Janae's Chesapeake Road Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get your Christmas trees in pink, frosted, green, or white in a variety of sizes. Musical Christmas LED and laser lights, a large variety of tree ornaments, lighted angels and Santa tree toppers, bright and lively colored Christmas balls in all sizes, garlands, wreaths, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Check our selections online at www.janaes.com.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. garlic and ginger. Got many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings. Turn up the heat for you. Those pepper wings. What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan. Tastes so good, chicken, you know.
Line. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue. Sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan. Tastes so good, chicken, you know.
Those pepper wings.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Diet-friendly special.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Bahamas Striping Group executives recently traveled to storm-ravaged Jamaica to make a donation intended to help that island nation still reeling from last month's monster Hurricane Melissa, which caused widespread damage to that island. Corval Pyfrom is here with how Bahamas Striping is lending a helping hand.
You said it, Makushla. Jamaica continues to assess the devastation it suffered at the hands of Hurricane Melissa nearly a month ago. Day by day, we're seeing images revealed of just how widespread and costly the damage to that nation has been, and even more so, how long a road to recovery Jamaica still faces. But fortunately, it is getting some help from neighboring partners like Bahamas Striping Group of Company and a generous donation of 16 million Jamaican dollars. That's about 100,000 US. To help jumpstart recovery efforts. BSGC President Ontario Mitchell making the donation to Jamaican investment firm Cygnus.
When we saw the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, we knew that standing on the sidelines was not an option. We are proud to announce that Bahamas Striping Group will be donating 16 million Jamaican dollars to the recovery and rebuilding efforts led by Cygnus.
This donation, Mitchell says, is just step one. There are also plans to assist children getting back to school.
As a part of our continued pledge to education, we are donating 5,000 school bag packages to be distributed to students across Jamaica once they are able to return to their classrooms.
Bahamas Striping Group's relationship with Cygnus goes back to the company's founding days. When it couldn't secure funding locally, Cygnus stepped up in a big way. And now BSG, like many other partners across the region, is stepping up to return the favor. Cygnus is determined to raise 60 million Jamaican dollars for recovery and rebuilding. The first phase, says Cygnus CEO Beresford Gray, is about food and supplies, and then comes rebuilding.
And rebuilding in a sustainable way. So we'll be working with different agencies to focus on agriculture. How do we get greenhouses back up and producing for our society again? How do we get schools to be repaired, basic schools deep in rural Jamaica? How do we get community centers and clinics repaired? How do we contribute to some of the basic equipment that our hospitals need in Black River, Santa Cruz, and those areas?
And Macushla Cygnus execs say every dollar, every donation, every moment spent helping goes a long way in helping and is a testament to the power of solidarity. By the way, happy National Women's Week to you, Macushla. There's something nice and purple at your desk waiting for you, so you and the rest of our female employees, happy National Women's Week.
Oh, thanks so much, Corvell. That story there, a good example of giving, and 'tis the season we're in. So we're gonna toss it down to Royston and Marlena to see what they're serving up for us in today's Access Now.
Good evening, Macushla. Excellent job on the national coverage of the by-election last night, of course. And as of November 23rd, which is in line with what we're doing today, I'll be wearing my purple pin in just a moment. But it's National Women's Week, launch as of the November 23rd under the theme, Women, Let's Collaborate.
I love it. And we're also going to be bringing people the latest on a sweet cultural infusion to one of their favorite downtown spots. So that's coming up with us tonight.
Something a little sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds good as always. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Find your future with certificate courses from the University of the West Indies. Fast and affordable, our courses give you the skills to get hired, promoted, and ahead of the game. Choose project management, supervisory management, law for human resources, business and commercial law, and even technical skills like Canva design, web design, and computer repair and networking. Register now at global.uwi.edu/Bahamas or WhatsApp 456-6687. The University of the West Indies, Global Campus, the Bahamas.
Blessings gonna find me here.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
your first look at the tropics is brought to you by the Disaster Risk Management Authority, and we now have 5 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season, but we are keeping our eyes on an area in the Caribbean Sea near Central America over the next several days. Something could be brewing there, so we'll keep you posted. Okay.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Fuel, solar, LNG, and battery storage units, they're all part of the plan. The Bahamas has already begun the transition from dependency on diesel to cleaner fuel diversification. But what exactly is this energy mix? Well, here's the breakdown.
HFO, that's heavy fuel oil, ADO, that's diesel, they have LPG, and then they also have the battery storage units that is at the Blue Hill Power Station. And so what we've been adding into the fuel mix by these partnerships that we've developed is we're bringing on LNG, and then we're also going to be incorporating utility scale solar. And so we will have an energy mix that incorporates more renewables and cleaner fuel.
With energy being one of the fastest growing commodities in the world, this mix puts the Bahamas on the map as a leader in energy within the region.
You'll have more available options that we would have had in the past in terms of being able to provide a reliable source of electricity to the consumers on a consistent basis, as well as ensure that we generate at the most efficient price or cost-effective price for our consumers.
A diversified mix coming together to better serve the Bahamas. But why now?
As mentioned, LNG is the key transitional fuel for us. It's becoming available. The price is reducing across the world. And so even though we're small scale, technology has improved to allow us to be able to tap this source of energy. Prior to that, it was more expensive, this is all part of the initiative that BPL and other utilities are trying to do to improve our service.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
Throughout the waters of the Bahamas, one of the ocean's most sought-after delicacies is in abundance: stone crab. Titan Fisheries, a leading seafood company that started its operations in 2015, is at the forefront of harvesting and exporting this prized catch. Co-owner Frank Brown says the company began with a happy accident.
Actually, we stumbled into the business. We had a friend that was doing stone crab, and his boat broke down. And we had a boat. They called a friend, Kevin. Kevin called me, hey, got some guys, they need a tow-in. When we went to tow the guys, they saw our boat and they liked it. And we started talking about getting into the stone crab and if they could use our boat or rent it or whatever. And so we gave them a season. Kevin, he's a captain as well, so he went up there with them and tried it out to the island. And it worked. And the next season, we were buying traps and getting licensed and everything, and we went into it from there.
The company's motto is sustainable fishing for the future and prides itself on those values. However, co-owner Kevin Joaquin says there are some challenges to stone crab fishing.
You have people coming on the grounds who are not familiar with crabbing, fooling with your traps. That's some of the main challenges. You can't be a lazy person, most definitely. You have to be a person who is willing to go the extra mile. It's not easy. It's easier said than done.
The owners say they plan to expand the company by purchasing another boat. They are also willing to pass on their knowledge to ensure that the Bahamas' stone crab industry continues to thrive for many years to come. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Kendia Smith.
Local hummingbird community appealing for more help for their Jamaican families still recovering from Hurricane Melissa.
And it's Women's Week, and organizers start activities off in worship.
Now get ready for Spread Some Hope as Great Commission Ministries Hope Fest is fast approaching.
And coming up in sports, the Bahamas Basketball Federation names its national team for the World Cup qualifier.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
We're officially back, and it's good to be back with you after all the by-election excitement. Good evening, I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Thanks to hundreds of viewers across the country who tuned in last night to watch our live national coverage of the Golden Isles by-election. Marlena, I hear we were #1.
Well, Royston, I know we were #1 as our dynamic news, television production, digital, and graphics teams went all out to give our viewers the best coverage in the Bahamas.
I couldn't agree with you more. And there you have it. I want to say a job well done to all of our colleagues, both in front of and behind the scenes, who make all of this happen every single day. You certainly all deserve some more time off, but for right now, it's time to dive into the news. Jamaicans living here in the Bahamas who formed the local Jamaican Hummingbird Association are appealing for more support for their loved ones back home in Jamaica following Hurricane Melissa's massive devastation last month. The association, along with the Jamaican Council, have teamed up to donate essential supplies like medical kits, breadbasket items, among other items, to families still reeling from the storm's aftermath. The Hummingbird Association's shipment coordinator and public relations officer, Sharon Purser Cooper, underscored why this donation is so important.
This is urgent, and we've responded with urgency. And we want to thank the Bahamian public. We want to thank the Jamaican diaspora in the Bahamas and all of the stakeholders for responding with urgency, making the sacrifices. This has been the involvement of both government, NGOs, and also corporate Bahamas. We can get more direct input to families and entities. So continue to give. Jamaica thanks you. The Hummingbird Association, along with its partners, thank you and welcome you. Thank you so much.
Definitely a great cause there. Well, it's Women Week across the Bahamas, and activities began this past weekend at a church service at Holy Cross Anglican Church. Spearheaded by the Gender and Family Affairs Department of the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, this year's theme, Women, Let's Collaborate, is an invitation to uplift each other in a more deliberate way. At Sunday's church service, Minister the Honorable Miles Larota listed the accomplishments made by women toward national development, a feat he says is crucial to honor the early days of the suffragette movement.
63 years ago, on November 26, 1962, Bahamian women entered polling stations for the first time and cast their ballots. That historic act of courage, won through years of determined advocacy by the women's suffrage movement, reshaped our democracy and expanded who had the right to participate in nation building. The vote paved the way for majority rule and ultimately independence by empowering tens of thousands of Bahamian women whose voices helped shape our course of our political destiny. The legacy of those women still guide us today.
Minister Larota also expressed his pleasure in a partnership with a local non-government organization in preventing instances of violence impacting women and girls.
Brothers and sisters, this staggering statistic underscores the urgency of strong laws, prevention programs, survivor support system, and community-level education. The Department of Gender and Family Affairs is proud to partner with Zonta Bahamas for the global 16 days of activism to end violence against women and girls, strengthening national efforts to create safer homes, schools, workplaces, and communities, Ending violence requires the involvement of all: government, civil society, family, and men and boys standing as allies.
Make sure you do your part to support women this week and beyond. Now, 'tis the season, and Great Commission Ministries will be lighting up hearts and sparking hope across the community at their inaugural Hope Fest set for December 6th at 1 p.m. The one-day festival is designed to uplift, assist, and inspire. And with a mission to provide support for those in need, the event promises a blend of practical aid, heartfelt outreach, and joyful celebration. Great Commission Ministries CEO Bishop Walter Hanchel boasts that Hope Fest is more than just an event, it's a lifeline for individuals and families navigating challenging times.
Hope Fest will be no ordinary event. It is different from other fundraisers in that we are targeting the entire family. We have games, we have rides, we have entertainment, non-stop entertainment for, is it 9 hours? Non-stop. And everybody's going to be there. If you want to really have an afternoon, an evening of fun, show up at Collins House. That's on Collins Avenue on Shirley Street. And I guarantee you, the celebration will continue.
Looking forward to Hope Fest. Now, still to come, we'll tell you all about a sweet entertainment treat that's taking Bay Street by storm. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us later with a look at tonight's weather forecast. So stay close.
The administrators, faculty, and students of Albury Sale Primary School recently displayed their accomplishments during a showcase initiated by the Western New Providence Primary District. Principal Naria Hulbert provides an overview.
Over the course of the last year, when we started school in September 2024, our boys and girls were giving us a 36% A through C pass in reading comprehension. And of course, we know that everything, one school of thought says everything rises and falls with leadership, but in schools, everything rises and falls with literacy. And so we were very intentional in designing programs that would move our boys and girls from that 36%, and we really only envisioned a 5 to 7% increase. But at the end of June 2025, when our boys and girls sat the district exam, we were elated, and we are so pleased to announce that our boys and girls, with our teachers, attained a 51% A through C pass. This year, during the national examinations, we were pleased that our third graders performed phenomenally well. We were so proud of them, particularly in the area of mathematics concepts, which has been an area that has been declining in recent times as traditionally one of the stronger components of math. It was taking a step back. And this year, our third graders delivered us 92% A through D passes.
Johnny McIntosh for Ed Talk.
We're BAF Financial.
We're BAF General and Health Insurance.
Welcome to the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Come on in to Cash and Go. Need technical support? We are BFG Services.
BAF Global. Global reach, local care.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. Getting you started in the tropics. 5 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season, but there is a little area in the Caribbean Sea that we're keeping our eyes on, and something could be brewing there over the next several days, but we will certainly keep you posted. And taking a look now at our live weather radar, nothing in the rain gauges at all. Dry conditions, but that will be short-lived, so enjoy the next couple of days of these dry conditions. And your boating forecast in the northwestern islands tonight, right through Wednesday, we're looking at a southeasterly flow at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide, that will occur at 11:11 tonight, with another high tide at 11:33 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Wednesday, east to southeast winds a bit stronger at 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. So we'll keep caution flags in place for your boaters in the central and southeastern islands right through Wednesday. And as we take you into Thursday, in the northwest and central islands, those winds become light and variable ahead of an advancing frontal system. The sea is going to be pretty flat, 1 to 3 feet. Now, your low tide on Thursday, 6:04 in the morning, with a high tide at 12:35 in the afternoon. And for the southeast bombers on Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights also 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
You're all over the town, you're chasing down every crack and crevice you own. You're all over the place, you're trying to roam. You're living a sweet thing at home. I don't care if you live in life for the key, if you live in BM town, this thing don't discriminate. I want you to know when karma come round, don't wear a frown when you're raining on your parade. But don't you know that while you out looking for sugar, someone can taste your honey? Don't you know that while you out looking for sugar, someone can taste your honey?
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Melina.
Thank you so much, Basil. Well, a true taste of Bahamian culture is returning to Bay Street as I Dream of Sugar launches a weekly showcase blending music, dance, cuisine, and storytelling for locals and visitors alike.
Corvell Pyfrom tells us more about this new experience that mixes business and tourism.
From music to storytelling, I Dream of Sugar is bringing the essence of Bahamian culture back to Bay Street with the introduction of Sugar Licking Beats, a weekly show crafted for both locals and visitors. The 3-hour production takes attendees through various aspects of Bahamian culture, from limbo dancing to rake and scrape performances. Each segment is what company owner Delvon Ferguson says has been missing from Bahamian nightlife.
We're missing the old days culture. We're missing the shows. We're missing the limbo, the live band. We're missing the whole thing. So when I thought about it, I said, you know what? Let's bring it back, and let's bring it back like in a better way, where we have everything. We have 7 segments. We have limbo. We have fire dance. We have the steel drum. We have the saw man. We have everything. We have the casting. So we just wanted to bring something back for the tourists and the locals.
Operations manager Ingrid Higgs says while the show coordination took 3 months to craft, the timing of its official opening couldn't be any closer to perfect.
We've been working with it for about 3 months, just trying to get it down back and get it ready to have something to present. So now we feel like we're ready, and we said, let's start now before the season gets busy, so that, number one, we'll have commitments from people out there, Bahamians, just so they'll know that it's a stable, something that they can do.
President of the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union, Tyrone Butler, expressing his excitement for the new weekly edition, adding that its success will prove beneficial for the country's #1 industry.
This is certainly what our country needs, this island needs, and our industry needs. We need entertainment like this, places where tourists can have an opportunity to go out at nighttime and see a good cultural show. So we're hoping that this becomes a success, and this is just the beginning of more places like this to become available for our tourism product.
And Parliamentary Secretary for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Leonardo Lightbourne, echoing these sentiments of pride, adding that this is the perfect opportunity for the orange economy.
Our government, we talk about the orange economy. Look what's happening here. And this could be replicated throughout many other businesses. So we have grants in place that the government provides to ensure that youths and many others go down the same drain.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Great job, Corvell. Definitely sounds like a fun time. But now it's time for us to turn things over to ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Bahamas Basketball Federation revealing the 12-member team that will represent the Bahamas in the latest window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
There's a difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking lot? You ain't even know where to park. Again, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park in the handicap spot. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park in the handicap spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way park here, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad, big bro. And he got a sticker inside that say this mod, though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports with the Bahamas men's national basketball team set to take to the floor on Friday here at home for the opening game of the window of the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Representatives from the Bahamas Basketball Federation holding a press conference earlier today at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium to announce the team that will represent the 242 in this window. Now, while it will be missing a few of our NBA stars due to them being in season, the star power and talent is certainly not lacking.
Kai Jones, Eric Isaiah Mobley, Travis Munnings, Kentuan Smith, Dominic Bridgewater, Jerron Keno Burrows, Franco Miller Jr., Garvin Clark Jr., Adriel Martinborough, Samuel Hunter, Rashad Davis, and Zane Noel.
So in hoops, the men's team's arriving in the capital for the Battle for Atlantis tournament that sets to tip off tomorrow over at the Imperial Arena. And while this is a business trip for the 8 schools that have made the trek to the 242, they're also doing their part to help inspire the next generation of hoopers here in the Bahamas. Yesterday, the Colorado State men's basketball team holding a skills clinic with students from the T.G. Glover and Judith P. Thompson primary schools. The exchange would certainly be a memorable one for all involved.
Just some basic shooting, passing, and dribbling skills, you know, we work on every day. We still do to this day. You know, all of us players as skills you need day in and day out. I was once a kid like these kids in these shoes right here, so I know what it's like to have people like this come to schools and have impact on it, and it's a big deal. It means a lot, you know, and so I'm hoping I can get back and give these kids the same feeling.
To have an opportunity where they are able to see actual college players, university players that do this for a living, I think it's going to be something that's going to impact them deeper than we even think. For them to see them play, for them to play along with them, for them to hear them, encouraging them to be even better is going to be something that they will cherish, and I will cherish as the coach as well.
I learned how to dribble, I learned how to shoot. The man teach me a form how to shoot very well and stuff, so I was very happy to be here. It was very great to visit some people.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles signing out until tomorrow.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Our company has a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had, and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
You're looking at a drone shot of the Margaritaville Resort located in the heart of downtown Nassau. The property opened in 2021 and is branded as one of the country's most dynamic resorts. This shot was brought to you by drone pilot Kyson Miller. And now it's time for us to head to Long Island. Let's go.
Last week's Long Island Business Outlook dubbed a huge success under the theme prioritizing inclusive, sustainable growth. The event gave Long Island's business community the chance to explore opportunities to strengthen the island's connectivity and commerce, from airport development and airline operations to utilities and solar energy projects. Keynote speaker, Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation CEO Dr. Leo Roll capitalized on the conference theme, acknowledging that Long Island is uniquely positioned to catapult one of the country's major industries.
This island remains one of the nation's richest agricultural and marine resource zones. But to truly harness this potential, we must strengthen the value-add processing, storage, logistics, and market access. Sustainable growth means moving from raw production to a full agribusiness ecosystem that creates year-round employment and export opportunities.
Things are definitely looking up for Long Island. Well, one of the country's online influencers going viral again. Matea Stewart tells us all about it in tonight's Let's Talk Socials.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, where we bring you the biggest trending stories with the perfect mix of news and entertainment. Today, we're talking about Bahamian comedian who has everyone on TikTok in tears, Jaquay Adderley, better known as That's Quay. Now, if you've ever seen That's Quay's content, you know he's a natural entertainer. The successful comedian has been making major moves, securing brand deals, including one with the well-known gas company, Rubis. But what really has social media talking is a viral video of him doing what he does best, turning the simple moments into pure comedy gold. Take a look.
Why you don't stop? Why you don't stop? Why you don't stop? You need to stop.
Bahamian social media is loving the way That's Quay effortlessly brings laughter to everyday life. From his quick wit to his infectious personality, he continues to solidify himself as one of the Bahamas' most beloved online personalities. But beyond the comedy, it's inspiring to see a local talent turning laughter into major business opportunities with brand deals like this. So, what do you think? Is That's Quay the king of making anything hilarious, or what? Let us know in the comments. We'll chat more tomorrow. I'm Matea, and thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed Tuesday evening.
Again, pure comedic gold by Das Quay.
Gotta love him. And so nice in person, too.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for Access Now for tonight. Join us tomorrow night. We'll have Dr. Carlos Reed and Lieutenant Duncombe of the Shock Treatment Program. You might remember that episode, and I wonder if it's the same person. He's like, I gonna make you look good for the cameras. Don't move.
Stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson for tonight's Political Roundtable.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Cash Primary School Boys Club of Excellence program
is a very beneficial program to the boys because when they are here, I have seen some of our most troubled boys turn around.
We selected a school where you can make an impact from an elementary stage. The program is really to give the young men an outlet to do something different.
There are more times that every child is not academic. They are also technical. And this is one of the clubs that helps to push that because education is very important and we need to bring more people in to encourage our children.
We want to show them that this is a life that they can live. They're exposed to men in the community that are all about making young men better. Crime-free
looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some lobster, yeah?
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys' waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work. Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
It's a joy, to help someone who is in need,
I'm proud to know that we are able to accommodate them with a hot meal, fresh meal, and a well-balanced meal.
A lot of our clients, as you know, is in the inner city and persons who really and truly and so much have lost their jobs. And for whatever reason, 2 months, 3 months, they really don't have anything. You have to have some kind of kindness to do this.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Election results yielding little.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. It's great to have you with us. Well, it's the day after the big dance in the Golden Isles constituency, with unofficial results showing a clear winner in that southwestern community. But do those numbers hold now that a recount's been done, and are all sides satisfied with the end result? Leah Cooper was at the recount with parliamentary officials this morning. Here's what she found.
Deemed rejected were found to be regular, while 2 regular ballots were deemed rejected. This led to no change to the unofficial count. Monday's unofficial results, as announced by Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, revealed that the Progressive Liberal Party's Darren Pickstock was the victor of the 4-way race with 1,873 votes. The Free National Movement's Brian Brown follows with 1,636. The Coalition of Independents' Brian Roll with 348, and independent candidate Karen Butler with 16. Results on Monday rolled out in just under 3 hours, and according to Campbell, the process on Tuesday went well.
I think it went very smoothly. Everybody was very amicable. The various camps, they spoke, they made certain agreements, they made our job very much easier today.
Meantime, representatives from the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party share their experience at Tuesday's recount.
We would have worked out at the beginning of the day how we were going to deal with the recount, which is a statutory obligation. And then throughout the day, we engaged in dialogue in terms of improving the process and making it more efficient so that we could go through the ballots and certify the counts so that we can all move on.
Everything went smoothly. I mean, again, we have to be so very proud of our men and women, our law enforcement men and women, and we have to be very proud of our electoral process. I want to just say thank you to the Parliamentary Registration Department and the Commissioner for all that you did for running a...
Commissioner, that process could take a few days. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, standing shoulder to shoulder last night with MP-elect Pickstock was Progressive Liberal Party's leader, Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, who told Golden Isles constituents and, by extension, the nation, that the former senator has his unwavering support and that he is the right person to meet this moment.
I want to thank you for choosing a man that will get the job done for you. He heard your cries, he understands your pains, and he knows your worries and also knows your ambitions. And he will deliver, as he says. And he has the full support of your Prime Minister to get it done.
All right. Well, it's Tuesday. And yes, that means Political Roundtable Tuesday. And our panel can't wait to begin tonight's captivating discussion on the Golden Isles by-election process and its results. Let me introduce our panel to you. Of course, Kyle Dean from the Progressive Liberal Party, the Free National Movement's Vice Chairman, Denary Roll, who I'm sure is still here from last night. I don't think he's left the building. The Coalition of Independents Deputy Leader, Dr. Veronica McGyver, and of course, from the Bahamas Constitution Party, Dwayne Hyler, Deputy Servant Leader. Good to have you guys back. So, isn't this how quickly a week goes? We just said last week when we come back a week later, we'll have a new member of parliament, and we do. A new member of parliament elect is, of course, Darren Pickstock. I'm anxious to get your reaction on the by-election yesterday.
Yes. You know, before Doc go on, let us start the show, but I just wanted to ask you if I get my pay come Friday.
You might as well. You've been here more than many people. You've been here more than many people. So I guess we'll have to add to the payroll for sure. Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
I bought my hat, the Coalition of Independents hat, because they bought their hat a couple weeks ago, and I didn't bring mine, so I'll rest mine right here to let everybody know the Coalition of Independents is still alive.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. I'm going to tell my colleague sitting next to me, congratulations.
Yes.
On the win for the PLP. It was a democratic process, and the people came out and they voted who they wanted to see in power. Now, that does not translate into a real win. It's a win for the PLP, but it's not a real win because I do have some concerns about it. I bought some figures here. Of course, we know the total figures was 7,926 voters eligible. 3,873 voted. 1,873 voted for the PLP. So I got my calculator out, and I found out that you got 24% of the vote. That tells me that the PLP base is diminishing. most of the major parties, they have their base usually come out. The PLP base used to be in the 40 percentile. Now it's down to 20-something%. So they have something to worry about. Secondly, the governing party has never lost a by-election. So that is in your favor, that you would have won the by-election because they're the governing party. And other than that, the COI, when we went into it as the underdogs. We knew that going in, but we wanted to test the waters to see what was really happening on the ground. And sure enough, the results did tell us that, because the 24% that the PLP got told us that the people are frustrated. You remember now, they are, because of immigration, the cost of living, and healthcare, the people are very, very frustrated. And so I believe that there's voter apathy, voter fatigue. I believe the people are under duress, they're depressed. When they're depressed like that, to me, they pull back. So that should be a sign to the government that something isn't right in this country. So I don't want the PLP to take that as a major win. It is a win, but they have reason to be concerned. And
just to clarify, because it's interesting, maybe by-elections and the FNM is where you have the challenge. Because when the FNM was government, they lost a by-election to Ryan Pinder and Elizabeth. So maybe it's an FNM thing.
Maybe it's an FNM.
Perhaps why Hubert Ingram said, listen, you shouldn't have contested. Maybe he understands the dynamic that we're not seeing. Because it seems to be a trend there that's linked to the FNM party with by-elections.
Well, I know, one thing COI have to do after this by-election, we have to change our ground game, and we have to be able to translate those voter apathy who did not vote. We have to translate that into people, the frustrated voters, into our vote, into voting for change. And so that's what we're going to be concentrating on.
Before I come off of you, let me ask you, because you represent the COI, were you disappointed with the COI's results?
I had expected more, because the people were saying, a lot of people, the same thing I talked about, frustration. They were tired of broken promises. They were tired of corruption. They talked about immigration. They went down everything. And they were like, man, we need change. So yes, I did expect that to translate.
I'm glad you're saying that, because that seems to happen with third parties. There is this galvanizing support ahead of an election vote that, yes, we want you. Boy, it's a time. Oh, we tired of the same two parties. Oh, we finished with these same two parties. And when they go to the polls, the message they've been carrying don't translate in them voting. And I'm wondering, and somebody mentioned it in a commentary earlier, and I'm wondering if it's a culture of the Western Hemisphere where we're so tied to this two-party system that it's hard for I don't know of any third party in the Caribbean that has come up and has ever won an election in the government. It always results right back to the two-party system. And I'm wondering if it's just tabooish for a third party to actually believe that it can win.
Let me tell you, that's why I pray to God that the mindset of our people change. We need a more mature democracy. Don't forget now, in England, which is very similar to our parliamentary system, they have a coalition government, and they have moved on to other parties, 3, 4 other parties in the parliament. Why can't we do the same thing? We're just a little bit behind. And I feel as time grows and the people are educated, I think they'll come around. I would just like them to come around a little bit faster. So that they can, because at the end of the day, COI is here to empower the people, and that's what we want. And so that's why we say we're not going to give up. We're going to keep on going until the general election, because we believe that anything can happen until the fat lady sings.
And one thing you're right about, even if the COI does not win seats, it definitely can cause a party to lose seats. And that makes you very strategic in this upcoming election, because reality is, I mean, COI votes, if you look at the number of votes you garnered in that one constituency, if you didn't get those votes and those votes went to the other opposition party, the FNM would have had a victory. So if one thing it says is that they may not win the seat, COI may not win the seat, but they'll stop you from winning it. And that's strong.
People, mind you, some people were saying that, but that does not necessarily equate to that, you know, because you had 49% of people came out. 51% of the people stayed at home.
Right.
And I believe that the people who came out and voted for COI, they truly wanted change, and they were fed up with the PLP and the FNM. So saying that we are the spoiler, I do not agree. Those people came out to vote for COI as the alternate to the two parties that they did not like. And if we were not there, those votes might not have translated into FNM. They might have been part of that 51% who stayed home. Yes.
Let's get you in there, Denario. What do you make of yesterday?
Well, good evening, Bahamas.
You still look like you're tired.
Good evening, Bahamas. No. I got a good rest, man.
Oh, good.
I was fired up, ready to go, feeling fantastic.
Good.
My fellow panelists. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. Let me agree with Dr. McIver on the front part, and then I'll come back in regards to the numbers. They say man lie, woman lie, numbers don't, right? And what we saw yesterday is the reality of it is that majority of the people that participated in the electoral process did not want the PLP to be the government. You had the FNM, the COI votes, and the independent vote. That's majority of people telling you we are disillusioned with the PLP. 51% people stayed home, so that in itself is a loss to the PLP that 49% did not show up. They lost that. 51% of the people stayed home, which was more than half of the constituency. Another number the PLP has to pay attention to.
Do you think the PLP only?
No,
51% doesn't necessarily mean they upset with the PLP. They could also mean they don't believe the FNM is a good viable option or the COI. And so why waste your vote if you don't think they're viable options? If you talk to people who stay home, they simply say, well, there was nobody there I thought was worthy of my vote, so I didn't vote. It doesn't necessarily mean one party.
No, I wasn't.
It oftentimes means people they're just disgusted by it, or they just feel it's a waste of time.
No, but as I speak, you will see I will address that 51% threshold as well. That was just referencing the PLP for now, with the ways that they lost, and then as I go, I'll continue. But that was another loss because you would see majority of the that constituency did not participate in the process. And then another loss, in my view, when you look at the numbers, it was about a 600 drop-off from what the former MP would have had, 2,471. I think Vaughan would have won by in the 2021 general election. Pickstock won with 818.63. So that's a 600 drop. Again, like a decline in their actual forgetting of that number. So they lost all around. However, they maintained the seat. And so that's their homework that they have to look at because, I mean, the DPM says the winner's a win, so I guess they'll take it. The reality is, you know, they did win the general election too on the lowest voting turnout in the country's history. So the reality of it is the PLP just wants to win. Clearly, by any means necessary. If they have to bring the whole government machinery, as you see them, they gone from north, south, east to west. I saw the number cartel was in there. I saw Mr. Fitzgerald.
We don't have a numbers cartel. We have a legalized industry.
I saw Mr. Flowers and Mr. Bastian, and I saw Mr. Fitzgerald as the campaign manager. I saw former MP Shane Gibson. So they brought the entire machinery inside of there to come and ensure that they got that seat. And then they also have the public purse. And so the FNM, we had a good fight in there. We was tooth and nail down to the last two polling divisions. I'm sure that they are really watching the clock now to know that it's only a 200 seat win. I think they thought they would have run away with it because their supporters would have been saying cut, and they wouldn't say the other part on air, but they felt like it was way more. So they have work to do. As it relates to the 51% though and the FNM, our homework is now, how do we get them out? Because
that should be everybody's homework today.
It's not specifically negated to the PLP, but we have work to do in regards of we now need to tap into why such voter apathy, what is going on, how do we get these voters to come to the forefront, to get involved in the political process. We started that work when we started to change our leadership, and if we look at some of our candidates, I like to say fresh faces to the political arena. Some of them are proven community track records. They could speak to some of their successes that they would have did in their personal life and in the communities. So we transition in the way we do politics and bringing in fresh leadership. So we're working on that, and now we just need to make sure that our ground game now is important to reach those 51%. And before I close, I just want to say Dr. McIver says she don't see the COI as a spoiler. In my view, I see them as a spoiler for the mere fact that the COI, for the way they attack you, the way they would antagonize those that disagree with them, I feel like they're not doing enough as their energy puts out. And I don't know if it's because the COI offers a lot of candidates. that nobody knows. And it appears as if the COI is just focused only on their leader. Like, it's all about what the leader wants. I don't know how those candidates around him could feel comfortable operating as such, but it isn't about the leader. There's no I in team. And then this is a movement that started off saying that they are independent. They wasn't going to form the joining a party, and now all of a sudden, here it is, we have a party. Third parties, regardless if we want to say it isn't or not, they are smallest. If you look back in 2012, the DNA, the COI isn't doing nothing so monumental. Brandon McCartney got 1,000 odd votes at a time. We had some other former independents obtained 500 votes. So the machinery or the ideology that the COI is making so much traction, this isn't nothing new. So the reality of it is, like you said earlier, Clint, the COI, contrary to public, they are playing small, and I think it's due to that one-man band issue that they have going on down there. He's a good activist. I don't know if he's a good leader in my view. He's a good activist, and I think he should stick to just that.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, I'll get to you. Lysandra E. Cartwright Knowles is in the Lion's Den, and I'll read her comment. She said most of those who stayed home didn't believe it made sense to vote because the governing party would win anyway, and the rest is fed up, so they didn't vote at all. And that could be a notion. A lot of people probably felt, well, does it make sense? We're going to have a general election in a matter of months. Why do I need to waste my time, go stand on the line to vote when I got to vote in a real dance? It doesn't make sense going out. Does it make sense? Who's going to be the MP for the next couple of months? What could they really do, especially if they don't have the government's machinery behind them? What amount of work could they get done in a couple of months between now and an election? And does it make sense going out? So I thought that was interesting.
And I just,
interesting notion there.
Like I said, I think though, that could be a point too, but that 49%, that was the lowest by-election turnout in the history as well. Yeah. So I think it's more or less voter apathy. We really, and people not trusting.
You don't think the period has something to do with it? In the past, when we had by-elections, you had a period, maybe a year at least. But now we know elections are due. People can be like, why do we come out now if I got to come out again later?
That's possible. That's why I say so.
Yeah.
Let me.
All right, go ahead, Kyle.
Ah, boy, I heard a lot of hogwash tonight from these two parties. First, let me state this. This conversation was totally different last week. Last week, my astute friend presented Brian Brown as this holy Lamb of God, his second coming to Christ, who's going to rescue everybody and take away the sins of the world.
Oh my God! Come on, come on now.
That is how the FNM presented this Brian Brown. I told them, I said, listen to me, and listen very clear. These people don't know Brian Brown, and you're running a campaign of lies. People don't know him. People may know him through his corner, because he may walk up and down to his corner. But when you go to the wider Golden Knights, people don't know this Brian Brown. So the FNM ran a totally flawed campaign.
That's your view.
They ran a totally flawed campaign, right?
That's your view.
A candidate who they bragged was in there for 15 years. When he told last night, he drank. And he ate it for breakfast this morning.
Come on, God, 200
Furthermore, let me tell you what that's damaged the FNM's campaign. Their leaders are untruthful. In order to, in my estimation, he went on this rally stage in Golden Isles and painted this amazing picture of this garbage bag of passports that bites on the plane. So on the plane, it was just raining passports like it was raining snakes. And the snakes on the plane, it was raining passports all over Bahamas here. And then you have no evidence produced. He was challenged. And then you had Lincoln Bean come back and say, Michael Pindar is a liar. No such event ever took place. And I believe that Lincoln Bean is a more credible voice on immigration than Michael Pindar. Then when Michael Pindar was asked about Lincoln Bean's comments, he said that's a non-issue. And then he started talking about he doesn't want to talk about Lincoln Bean, etc. That's because he doesn't have the proof. And his problem is...
And then the managing director, Bahamas, came out and said it was...
Everybody says it's a lie.
So the issue that was at hand in the media had nothing to do with passports.
But only two people know about these passports. The leader of the opposition and the voice in his head. Only two people who know about this passport incident. Hold on. And the FNM's biggest problem... The FNM's biggest problem right now is their leader. Their leader is not felt on the ground. People are unable to connect to their leader. And quite frankly, you can't trust what come out of his mouth. You don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's telling a lie. Hold on. If the leader of the opposition tells me it's raining outside, and I'm outside getting wet from rain, I would tell him he lied.
Do you think what Hubert Ingram said on the stage?
That's another.
People that just call you.
I'm going to get there. And then what the F&M tried to do was they tried to present a narrative to sway votes that the PLP is trying to steal the election, which is so far from reality. Again, only him and the voice in his head know about the stealing of the election.
But you can't tell that he wasn't in the room.
I can't let you put that on the...
He wasn't in the room.
Hold on. I have had the opportunities...
He wasn't in the room.
...of working polls...
He wasn't in the room.
...closing polls. There's no way you could steal an election in the government of the Bahamas. Okay. And Ingram came on Friday, I think it was last week Friday, and tell them, you all stop talking foolishness and focus on getting your people out. They can talk about this low voter turnout all they want. Every single party had an opportunity to go out there and get people to come in and vote. Because you fail at your job, all of a sudden you want to criticize the PLP because the PLP did what you failed to do. No, man, congratulations.
Y'all didn't bring nobody out.
Get on board.
Y'all didn't bring nobody out. Y'all didn't bring nobody out.
I got shirts for everybody.
Y'all didn't bring nobody out.
I want to give Mr. Hyler there. Go ahead.
Y'all didn't bring nobody out.
Go ahead, Mr. Hyler.
No, I just want to address Mr. Denari role in terms of calling the third parties a spoiler vote. We are more than a spoiler vote. The Bahamas Constitution Party has been a teacher to the nation, and we are enlightening people. The COI has come along and are speaking of things that the two major parties would not speak of, and is keeping the Bahamian people back. So in terms of teaching the operation of the Public Accounts Committee, there's so much things the F&M could have presented to the public as a true opposition, but they do not. So how dare you come here? You're not opposing what the PLP is doing. You lost as you should have lost, and now you want to call the smaller parties a spoiler vote when we are educating the public. And one last thing, it's really the actual base of the two major parties that are keeping them strong, and it is eroding. And y'all are not going to fool this generation the way y'all fooled the older generation, because they trusted y'all, and y'all were not trustworthy.
Okay, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, I'll let you, Dr. MacGyver, pick it up from there. We're back after this. You're watching The Rundown. Stay closer, back after this.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Welcome back to tonight's political roundtable as we recap Monday's by-election. And please make no mistake, we may go to commercial break, but the conversations continue, and it's be crazy to go to commercial break. So we're talking about the by-election. I wanted to give you, Dr. McGavin, the opportunity to respond.
Yeah. Before we went to the break, they were talking about leaders. Let me say this about my leader, Mr. Bain. He is a teacher, he's a motivator, and you could tell Mr. Bain is a fighter. No other leader that I know of in Nassau has gone to jail fighting for the people. No other person. And speaking about your leader, Kyle, the PLP, he runs, this is my opinion, a mafia-style government. Hold on, that's my opinion. And some people can go as far as to say it's possible.
Views and thoughts of the guests of this show are not commonly that of the Broadcasting Corporation. Continue.
Okay, some people can go as far as to even say he might be bordering on being treasonous, how he is handling the immigration debacle in this country. He's bordering on being treasonous. And
let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm saying that out loud.
Let me say this.
Well, okay, so let's see with that. Let's address that. I think it's an issue that you've raised. We've not seen over the last few months any real issues with immigration as far as illegal immigration entries into the country. It's quieted down a lot. So my question then is the department, which is run by Bahamians and professionals, are they not doing their job? Because we're not seeing the issues that we would have had during the season. And if you follow immigration over the years, there are peak periods, which happen every year during the same time, and there are periods where it tapers off because of weather. They'll tell you because of weather, because of instability, and because of economics. And we're in a season right now where immigration almost has not been talked about illegal entries and so forth. So isn't that a good thing that our country seems to have a level of control where we don't see these illegal entries coming? Isn't somebody doing their job?
Hold on. Let me jump in there, because you said something I fundamentally disagree with. One, my leader, the Prime Minister of Police and the Protection of Borders, when they had an issue in Haiti, there was a ban on the issuance of work permit from Haitians. Bahamas has stopped going there. Secondly, you cannot come on the talk show and talk about running a mafia-style government when your leader gone up in the back of Golden Isle, shooting up his gun, threatening everybody around in the area, which is why he was arrested. Tell the truth.
No, that was not why. It was in CARICOM. He got arrested.
Hold on. The police gone for him.
Fighting for the rights of the people. When the people were here, he wanted them to know.
The police gone for him. You know what? Let me say this. Let me say this to you. Let me be quite frank.
You remember CARICOM?
Let me change my name from Kyle to quite frank.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
The issue with the COI isn't the message. The issue with the COI is the leader. Let me tell you why I say that. As an intellectual young person, I will never identify with a leader who aspires to be Prime Minister, holding up his gun and
Listen.
No. Hold on. Dr. McGavin, say what you want to say.
Guess what? And do you know?
Under pressure, I've seen my leader. I've seen my leader under pressure publicly, and he's poised. He remains compassionate, and he remains engaging.
I have to let you know.
Right? There's never been a prime minister in this country that I've seen who could walk outside of Parliament into a protest, right, which we would consider a security risk, and address the people. That speaks to the compassion and the heart that he has towards Bahamians.
And told them he was going to pay in December when he should have been paying in September.
And then the week after, he said, talk to the against the face and understand.
Let me talk about this gun issue.
I give Melinda more than that.
In the cold kill. Look here, he had the gun in the cold kill. It was at night. Nobody was around.
Oh, please.
Listen to me.
So take the picture.
Nobody was in danger. Other people. I'm saying persons to threaten. It was his bodyguard. His bodyguard was with him.
Dr. McGavin.
I've heard your leader go on air and say he's a big shooter. He's proud himself on that. He said it on one of his lives. He don't play with small guns. He's playing big guns. He's a big shooter. That's what your leader says. He is an awesome activist, but he's not a good leader, Dr. McGavin.
I agree.
I think he should stick to activism.
Mr. Bain single-handedly got all of the smoke in Golden Isles down to nil. He was the one who got the most of them were Haitian nationals who was running the coal mine, and they were putting in coal. I went there myself and I saw it for myself. So this is not hearsay. Veronica McIver went in the bush.
You was when shoot up
not that night. But I was there another time and I saw all of the coal kill. I saw the bags with the coal, and smoke used to be in Golden Isles, and it used to be smoky all over. And Mr. Bain single-handedly was able to destroy or get rid of all of them. And so that was his thing. I'm saying, do not come back to these areas.
I just want to interject. Let me just interject.
I go somewhere and someone started randomly shooting a gun. I go back.
Let me just interject right quick. I want to tie two in one. Hold on, Doc. Let me interject something because I want to go back to. I want to go back to Brother Hyler's point of why I said that we're spoiled, because we're talking about leadership now. I repeat, I think he's a good activist. I don't think he makes for a good leader. And the reality of it is, like Brother Hyler, you said, what your parties do, they do raise awareness on key issues that we need to address, right? I don't disagree with that. And that's why I say it's more activism. Because how do you carry out these things if you can't prove it as a person in your day-to-day life? So it's like, you run a business. Was you successful at that? You wanted to be a pastor. Was you successful at that? Understood. So when you have a track record of not being successful at leadership or things that you put your hand into, it would affect your party. And the reality of it is, the things that, especially the COI, say that they do, a lot of those stuff Lincoln got from other right-thinking behemoths who was raising these issues. He got close to them and snatched it away from them and championed it for as his cause. And so what I'm saying is, as much as you champion the cause, to Brother Hyler, the COI did not get their deposit back last night. That's the reality. They did not make the required vote to say the people are so much influenced or enthused by the message that they are buying into what happened. So the reality of it is, as much as you share these, I'm just saying, as much as the third parties share these stuff, it's not translating and hitting the people, because the results show you can't even get your deposit back. That's why I think we not to be rude, but just the facts.
It's because of the mindset of the people.
Yeah, not to be rude, but just the facts on why I say it.
Here's what we understand, Bahamian people. The Bahamian people will always, if they dislike something or something happened, they will always stand behind the person who is rallying and championing. But we mistake the Bahamian people's support in championing an issue as support that they're going to stand with me no matter what. And Bahamian people ain't that kind of people. We will be with you today, and tonight we done change. Because if something suits me, I can support you on and say, yeah. But I ain't going to be with you in all them other things. I'm going to just... I'm going to distance myself from you. And I think we've seen it happen with the DNA, and we've seen it happen, and I think we've seen it happen with COI now. The third parties, why the DNA is just now trying to come back to life is because it was killed because after 3 elections, it recognized that their support was going in the opposite direction. And that no matter how much people said they wanted change and they did not want the 2 mainstream parties, they weren't prepared to vote against them. And I think we have to stop and study and ask ourselves, why if Bahamians want so much change? Why if Bahamians are saying they're tired of the PLP and the FNM, are they continuously voting for them? And I submit that the reason why people keep getting it wrong is because the louder voices out there are the minority. When we look at the electorate in this country, we're looking at a voter register of some 175,000 people.
This is 200 now.
Do you know how much of those people don't be on Facebook? They ain't on social media. They ain't on WhatsApp. They are regular Bahamians with their families who every election, they don't wear shirts. They don't go to rallies, but they vote. And we keep ignoring that group of Bahamian people who are the majority in this country, who have their own personal convictions, and they go to the polls and they vote on their convictions. They ain't coming to a rally. They ain't gonna go and post on Facebook. They're not gonna go and do protests. They won't. But we allow the few who do to believe that they are the voices of the masses, and they're not. The average Bahamian in this country, every election, vote either for one party or the next.
That's what
that's what statistics show you. But they will never be included in the vocal people. They will never be included in the ones who say we tired. Because they, as far as they're concerned, I have a choice, I vote my choice, I vote my conscience, and that's where it lies. And I believe we continuously miss that group because they're not vocal. And we don't see them and we don't hear them, and so we ignore them. But they turn out in general elections, and they're the ones who vote consistently every election.
Well, let me say something. Back in the old days, we had like 85% voter turnout. I remember one time it was in the 90s. Sometimes it's in the 70s. If you've noticed in the last several cycles, it has now gone down to 60-something%. And look at this by-election at 49%. What that is saying to us is that things are changing. It's not going to change overnight. Sometimes things take a generation. Moses had the people in the thing for 40 years. And none of those people cross over to the promised land.
I agree.
So we're building a bridge to the new Bahamas.
And you've got to stay the course.
Some of the older people may not make it to the new Bahamas.
You're right, but you got to stay the course. The problem is, for a party to stay the course, let's be honest, it requires finances.
It does.
For a third party to say, listen, though we may not have gotten a majority of vote, but none of our candidates may have gotten their pauses back, we can stay in this race. Ask Mr. Hyler those. They've been around for years. How long have they been around?
20 years.
20 years.
22 years.
That's longer than any of the institutions been around. Right. And they can tell you that ain't cheap. And that's why it's hard to run candidates. And they see it every election as a big tutorial, because at the end of the day, to be able to put the finances in a party to run an election campaign, it's expensive. Okay. So if you're going to stay the course to see that Joshua generation and to see the transition and change, it takes money. But does the average person have that kind of stickability?
Since we're talking about the third parties, let me add this, right? Okay, the Bahamas Constitution Party has experienced no fewer than 4 splits over time. The electorate has said you smaller parties need to work together. That has not happened. That's a very important piece of information. One party gets 5%, and everybody says, oh, to that party, no vote, or 5% or 2%. And then there's a split, and they go off, and whatever. When the COI began, I'll speak to this a little further, because we were watching closely. The COI is one of those groups where Mr. Bain would have come to the headquarters of the Bahamas Constitution Party. Before there was a Dr. MacIver, when there was Bahamian evolution, and Lincoln Bain would have done a press statement, Dr. MacIver, because you were not there yet, I would have been standing there behind Mr. Bain. And Ms. Sherelle Ali McIntosh would have been standing there behind Mr. Bain, supporting his cause and what he's developing. So we don't see adversarially, and that's Ms. Sherelle Ali McIntosh. We are involved with no fewer than 6 political organizations, and we have been feeding, sharing information. She would go with the women's group to the United Nations. She would travel to Caribbean conferences, and she's actually lecturing. Sherelle Ali McIntosh, the leader of the Bahamas Constitution Party, is lecturing on political science, public administration, to the best of her ability. And she is rubbing shoulders with other professors, and this is where she's at. Now, I'm doing my best not to go from no vote right into myself being a professor. We're hoping to shift the paradigm, but it has to be a coming together. The electorate said all small groups work together, and that has not happened.
I just want to ask a question. So when you said that has not happened, so the BCP, have they ever had a full slate? Like you ever ran like a full slate of people, or what was your max numbers of candidates?
we haven't run a full slate. But if you look at 4 or 5 different parties, we would have had enough to fill out the slate, but now it's who's going to be the leader at each faction.
I remember when that happened. All these parties came together. The coalition was a part of it, and it was supposed to be a conglomerate of other alternative parties coming together and supporting candidates in different constituencies. But then the problem was, like he said, who's going to lead?
And then it just breaks in 3 parts, and nobody is strong enough to.
So Brother Al, it's just you and Ms. McIntosh, and then y'all collaborate with others. I mean, not part of the BCP.
Not necessarily, but we have a surprise that, when I say we have a surprise, the F&M definitely won't be able to compete.
Rick Fox or Jolly?
Not necessarily, but when I say we have a surprise, the F&M will not be able to compete with the caliber of who it is we are bringing to the table.
So tell me something. Why you only saying that from the PLP is the government? You don't see that on they do. All the third parties after us.
I'll comment on that after.
Let me interject.
There's some commentary.
Let me interject. So,
PLP.
I just have something to say.
Like that.
So, Dr. MacGyver.
No. Put something in your pocket.
Dr. MacGyver, she spoke about the voter turnout becoming lower and lower and lower and lower. For me, that is an indictment on the COI. You cannot come on the show, talk about voter apathy, and not be able to get people out to support your cause.
Right. That's an interesting point.
That means people see a flaw
in you too.
And you, hold on. Yeah. People see a flaw in you, and they don't believe that you will be no better than the two parties you continuously bash. Secondly, you said something very powerful, and something ran across my mind. I did see Madam Dr. Ali McIntosh standing with Lincoln Bean. I've gotten to know Ali McIntosh on a more personal level. For me, she's a very astute, trustworthy woman.
Yes.
I believe with every fiber of my being that if Lincoln Bean was so trustworthy and all he cut out to be, Dr. Ali McIntosh would have been standing with him today. The fact that there has been no merging between the COI and the Bahamas Constitutional Party, knowing the characteristics of those that lead the BCP,
I could speak on
knowing the characteristics of those that lead the BCP, COI has a flaw within their, I don't want to say leadership, but I believe the flaw is within the leader himself. I believe when you build, I believe, hold on, let me finish my point.
I tell you, the people say you don't let us talk.
Hold on,
we only give you an hour. They say you talk for 35 minutes.
Let me finish.
COI is always the topic of conversation.
No, but see, the COI, this is how the COI bullies everybody.
When you build a movement around your ego, you will never get nowhere because people see through you. People see it's ego. And that is my point. And that is why I believe the third parties cannot come together. Ego.
Okay, let me say, I came late into the COI. I wasn't in the beginning. But I can tell you, I was at one of the meetings where we had with Miss Ali McIntosh. I will not say why we did not join together because that is personal and that is private. But it was justified why we did not come together, and I was there and I witnessed it myself, and I knew what the demands were, and the two parties could not meet in those demands. So after saying that, we were talking about COI and winning the government. I could say this to the Bahamian people. If COI does not get the whole hog next year, you know, I feel as if the Bahamian people need to look at this seriously, and if they could put one of us in, I'm talking about one, it will legitimize the party. We would have made history. If they put 5 of us in, then it would mean that there would be a balance of power. It would change the balance of power in the House of Assembly.
I want to talk about that.
Hold on, and then if we win about 15 seats, we may not win the government, but we will have the authority to be the next governing party. So I want the Bahamian people to mature in their democracy to say, well, if you're not ready for COI just yet, let's choose some of their best candidates, let's put them in so that we can mature our democracy,
so we're
get a balance of power.
We'll take this break and come back. I want to ask you what your strategies for that to happen. Because in order to win one seat, you're going to need at least 700, based on the constituencies, 700-800 people in one constituency to vote COI.
Yeah,
1,000.
1,000, yeah.
Can you do that? We're going to be back after this.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
We're wrapping up our discussion on the by-election, of course, talking about how each party influenced. And before the break, I put a question to the COI, and that is, if you appear challenged to get enough votes to win a seat, I mean, how do you strategize to win a seat? Because you got 300 and plus in the by-election. In order to perhaps be a viable contender for a seat, you need at least 900 to 1,000 votes. That always seems hard for any third party. I don't think we've seen any third party get that amount of votes in any constituency.
Right. I had a question on that. You could answer at the same time too. You could do two.
No, let me answer this question first so I don't forget. Kai Mills is doing very well in Abaco right now. In the last election, Kai Mills got 700 and something votes.
I mean, the girl who just say F the man on the phone.
Kai Mills got 700 and something
Still wasn't close enough to get the 9 or 1,000.
No, but he didn't win. But
Right.
what I'm saying is, if he got 700 last time, and the COI was not as popular, I think. COI is more popular today than it was in 2021. Everybody agree with that.
Right.
And so I'm expecting Kai Mills to win Abaco.
So let me say, because again, that raises a point that I think Daenerys said, and I thought it's still true. Kai Mills is seen as an activist more than he is as a member of parliament.
A politician.
In this Bahama land, people expect the member of parliament to be somebody that if they call on and need something or an emergency, they know their MP could come through for them.
Yes.
I don't know Kyle's status financially or whatever that, but I know that people see activists different from a member of parliament who can provide.
No.
And that's when people go to the polls, they say, well, you're a good activist, you can ride for me, but I don't know if you can represent me.
So now, listen, we were analyzing, and we have to be truthful. We told Kai, we've told Kai, okay, now, you gotta calm it down a little bit. Kai is much more professional now than...
Really?
Of course he is.
Never. I saw a video today. I saw a PLP video going around today, and the fella didn't want to say his name. And he called Kai Mills, and he's like, F you and F the PLP.
Wow. No, I don't think Kai, no, Kai
doesn't. It was Kai Mills.
No, he doesn't. Kai Mills doesn't curse like that. Kai Mills, no.
So anyway. You won't see it. I saw the video for myself.
I haven't seen anything.
So the answer to your question is you believe that the popularity is resonating enough that you can get the numbers?
Yes. Kai Mills, I know for a fact that he's resonating. I said to you, with all of his activism that you're saying, he got 700 and something votes last time. He got 700 and something. He got his deposit back.
Right.
Lincoln got 700 and something.
6 something. One more question I have.
So the thing is, we are on the right path. We just have to pray that the Bahamian people mindset change. They know that they are disgruntled. They know we've taught them what we're going to give them. Now they just have to get out of that mold of feeling that they're trapped in this gang-like mentality, only PLP and only FNM. And can I say one more thing before the show closes? Hold on. Let me say one more thing before the show closes. Listen, I'm not a bully. The money that was put on the ground for this by-election, it was not professional at all. Talking about professional, people have been coming to me at the by-election. One man opened his wallet. He said, Miss, see how much money I got? I say, how much that is?
Do you believe that could be true, or he could just be...
This gentleman got 200.
Stirring up trouble because he know you're from the COI.
No. Another gentleman came to our executive at the other location, and he said, boy, I can get 300 from the FNM, and I go into PLP. They didn't tell me come for my 300. It is street talk. Let me say this. Even though this is street talk,
I've been holding on for 10 minutes now.
Hold on. You can't prove it in a court of law, but guess what? It is street talk, and people know what's happening. Money is on the ground, and people know...
What is the COI offering?
We don't offer money like that, no.
How do you offer it?
We offer, when we win, we offer you a sovereign wealth fund, we offer you empowerment.
So I have to wait for at least 15 to 20 of you to win to be able to get the sovereign wealth fund.
Okay, and a 1 acre crown land.
Serious question though. I have a serious question though. You said that the COI, just give the COI 1. Now, I remember when Mr. Lewis...
5, I prefer, if we don't win.
I remember when Mr. Lewis crossed the floor. Y'all champion his history now.
Yes.
First member of parliament and those for the COI. Yes. We making waves, right?
Yes.
These laws and stuff that y'all say y'all could be pushing, and all of these stuff that will be tabled. I don't see Iram Lewis' presentation present these stuff.
Iram did present 1 or 2 bills already. Hold on. But the difficulty we will have is with 1 representative. We need a second person in to second it, because he may table a bill to say, give everybody 1 acre of crown land. Right. If we don't have someone to second that bill, then we are out of luck.
So you saying he tabled something already?
So who are you?
Did he present it?
2 most viable
options? I don't remember exactly what it was.
Who are the 2 most viable options for the COI to win? Who do you believe would be your 2 most viable options to win?
Oh, I can't really say, but I want the Bahamian people to decide who they think would be the strongest to win. I am humble. I will not say. Listen, I will allow the Bahamian people. Listen, I am humble enough to say, let the Bahamian people decide who they feel is the strongest to put in. If we don't win the whole hog, then put in anywhere from 1 to 15.
I want to end with this final question. We asked it last week. We said last week, the result of this election, what would it mean for the PLP, the FNM, or the COI? If the PLP were to lose, will it lose momentum? Does it say it's a test that the payment electorate doesn't want them? If the FNM wins or lose, if the FNM loses, does it say that they're in trouble? And if they win, are they gaining momentum? If the COI were to do something there, what does it mean that people are shifting? We've now seen the results. What does that result to you mean? That's your closing comment.
Okay, well, I'll start then. So again, for the FNM, we're not satisfied with the overall outcome, but the way the election went, knowing everything that went into it on the PLP and then to come up just short, we are motivated. It was a shot across the bow to test where we are with the electorate.
Where do you believe you're at?
Well, we feel like we're making grounds based off the numbers. It is clear. Majority of the people that participate in the Golden Hours election does not want the PLP. That potentially may can hold through based on as you go around the other constituencies, but what we have to make sure is that, again, we're doing our homework now to get more people to the polls, because obviously the Bahamian electorate does not want to have.
And remember, that could also mean the majority of people does not want the FNM.
Same way, and that's why I said we have to go to them.
People who didn't come out can go either way.
Either which way, and that's why I said we need to go to them to find out how do we
on the ground work.
On the ground
talking
work.
To
yes,
people.
talk to people to pull them.
What does it mean for the COI?
We're hoping that the non-voters will translate into votes for people who want change. And I'd like to close.
Think out of that 4,000 who didn't vote, you can get enough to perhaps.
Yes, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
Because the PLP only got 1,800. We want to get more than that. I want to close with John 13:7. What I am doing, you do not understand now, but afterwards you will understand. The verse conveys the idea that divine actions may not be immediately clear to humans, but their purpose will be revealed later.
I always stand on the Bible. I can't go against it. I believe the word of the Lord.
Amen.
Right. I don't, it's amazing how Dr. McGavin can say all, but she just saying and quote scripture after that.
She's not silent, only on.
I have a microphone.
But let me say this. You know, the FLM talks about the majority of people voted against the PLP, but when you add up the numbers of the people that voted against the FNM, it's actually more than the people who voted against the PLP if you check the numbers. So that that argument is
you're in charge.
That argument again is flawed. That message is flawed, and it's just loser talk. However, the base of the PLP remains intact. We do have some work to do. There was a low voter turnout, and I'm 100% sure that Darren Pickstock, who is the newly elected member of parliament, he is prepared for the job. He's going to get on the ground running. He's going to knock on doors, continuously knock on doors from now until the election is called. And I am 100% sure that when the ballots come in 2026, Darren Pickstock is going to win by a bigger margin and a bigger number than he did.
Just don't forget the machinery. You have to go back home now. All them candidates and members of parliament, they have to go back. They have to go back to their constituency. Darren to be on his own. And I hope he don't do what they all do to West Alabama and Bimini. I pray and hope. You all don't do what you all do to West Alabama and Bimini and Golden Hours. I hope so. Sorry, Mr. Tyler.
Excuse me. I want to close by saying that the most important number the Bahamas Constitution Party believes is the 49%. So for us to come down from 90% to 49% in terms of voter turnout, understanding that in the by-election there's a lower voter turnout, but not to that extent. So the way we're looking at it is that the people are discouraged. There is voter apathy, of course, and if there's a coming together, I'm not saying PCB-COI, but if there is some significant coming together, the people are looking for something different. So PLP, FNM, COI, there's a serious discontent among the Bahamian people for the options that they have. So we haven't seen the BCP involved. We intentionally stayed out of Golden Isles, and we were watching the numbers. We were actually more hopeful for the COI to perform better.
Ms. McIntosh was there supporting Karen, man. Don't do that.
Well, she got 16 votes.
Yeah, she got 16. And I saw her on the ground. I saw her on the ground with
0%.
So Ms. McIntosh, the Bahamas Constitution Party, has supported the independent candidate, Ms. Karen Kim Butler, and she, of course, as an individual, would not have had the opportunity to saturate the entire community. But as a lawyer, as a activist within our own right. So we came around to help her develop, not just for that one day, but whatever it is she can learn from our experience, we are sharing.
Okay.
So I close with that.
All right.
I look into that list you tell me
I think
about,
one thing that's clear and that's
gonna make us look
evident
bad.
is no party can leave the by-election yesterday feeling comfortable that they can sit on their laurels. All parties know they must get the work done, and they must now go and reach every voter, find where they are, and the work must be on the ground. But that's it for the rundown. Be sure to stay locked to the ZNS network. For the Bahamas tonight at 11, it's the final newscast in the country with the latest news and information with Corville Pyfram. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm Clint Watson. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.